home at 19th Avenue, highly rated by Google. Any of their foreign, domestic, or diesel work repairs come with a digital inspection, customer approval and warranty, 2 years or 24,000 miles. State-of-the-art service, family touch. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 or online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off.
Hi, this is Jason Hansen. I'm a former CIA officer and best-selling author on safety and preparedness. The fact is, things are getting downright scary for everyone who's storing their wealth in the banks. We just saw the collapse of 3 major banks, and I would urge you to consider protecting your wealth ASAP. If even a tiny percentage of Americans attempt to withdraw their savings, we would see a collapse of the entire banking system, sending us into a modern-day Great Depression. Fortunately, there is a way for you to avoid this. It starts with contacting Advantage Gold. If you have an IRA or 401k, Advantage Gold can help convert those paper assets into physical gold and silver. This is the process that I recommend everybody use as a hedge against rapid inflation and to protect your retirement wealth from the banks. Take control of your financial safety today. Call 800-900-8000 to get your free gold investment kit from Advantage Gold. Call 800-900-8000. That's 800-900-8000.
Advantage Gold is not an investment advisor or a tax advisor. Consult with your financial advisor before investing.
Call 800-900-8000.
With LifeWell, help is here to support our community with counseling, housing services, and addiction treatment. We focus on adults and young adults with financial need. Learn more at lifewell.us and join our team to make a difference in the lives of others. We are hiring counselors, nursing staff, psychiatrists, and more. Start a career of hope, health, and healing at lifewell.us. This message is sponsored by LifeWell and a Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust COVID Response Grant.
Will Shakespeare here. Back in my day, I invented over 1,700 slang words like swagger, bedazzled, and my personal favorite, besmirch. But even I have trouble understanding slang words like yeet or bougie or
this is fire.
Actually, it is extremely smooth Shakespeare vodka.
Okay, boomer.
See what I mean? But there is one word that describes the pure quadruple distilled spirit crafted from an 8th century Polish recipe the first time you try it.
So lit.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Shakespeare vodka. So lit.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K24EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody. It's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I do not have a voice. It's one of those things where, you know, when you wake up in the morning and you first try to talk and it's just not there. It's just not here. But listen, I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. He's enjoying the greater northern Arizona right now. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar. Got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. You know, having regular conversation off air, I could tell there wasn't much here, but then when we tried to do the show thing, you're on the next intros, you're going to have to turn the music down. I can't talk loud. I don't think I got it. Or somebody else is just going to have to do this crap.
Okay. I'll pull the music down because you get in and out better, but yeah, you look like you're
well,
suffering.
I was already having throat issues all week long, and then we end up not going 4 hours last night. We went 4.5 hours last night because boy, that first part of the draft was just so good. There was so much drama, so many trades, so much weirdness. And we're like, oh boy, we can't wait to see what happens next. Then it was about the Commandos. Then it was about the Seahawks. Then it was about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we finally were like, all right, screw this. It got boring. I mean, come on, man. We don't care about these other teams. We only cared about our teams. Right. But it did. It just got to be suddenly normal draft, people doing normal draft things. And so we tipped it over to CBS Sports Radio and we went on our merry way. But now that there has been some time to think about what's happened in the draft, I'm sure we all have some thoughts on that. But you guys have been hearing about the draft all day damn long. And, we're going to talk about it, but let's not start with that. There's something better to start with, like the fact that the Dodgers are no longer in first place. Now, that is worth mentioning. That is worth bringing up. That makes me happy. I want to talk about things that make me happy. And so now the Dodgers are only one game back. So, buck up, little man. You guys have a chance.
Yeah, we have a chance. I know. I'm really sweating over here. I'm thinking about going into a little ball in the corner and just sucking my thumb. I'm so upset.
A little weeping going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not worried about it.
Listen, yeah, I know it's a matter of time, but I'm enjoying this time. So,
well, you should. I think it's good for you. I think you guys should all enjoy it. Yeah, enjoy it, guys.
And if it stretches out even longer, even better. And you know what? It could. It actually could. So we shall see.
I hope you're there all the way to the end, and the last week you blow it, and you miss the playoffs, and I just.
Oh, you mean like the Dodgers?
Yeah.
888-368-1580. The Jet says, first, happy Friday, gentlemen. Randy, pour me a beer. Randy's not here, Jet. And yes, I think it's funny how somebody gets onto a radio show like it's some sort of thread on, Reddit. First, grow up, Jet. And he says, really, Jeffrey, the fourth dimension works over 4.5 hours every day. You don't hear us bitching. Okay, understand. This is a different thing. My throat has hurt all week, but I haven't talked about it all week. And last night, 4.5 hours. It's funny because when we did a 2-hour show and we went to a 3-hour show, I immediately felt the difference the next day. But then I was like, all right, we'll be fine. But you should try talking for 4.5 hours straight. See how it goes for you. You know what I'm saying? Not here. Nobody wants to hear you. But I'm just saying, go somewhere and talk for 4.5 hours straight with enthusiasm. We had a lot of fun last night, I thought. And Ralph seemed to. I think we lost Ralph somewhere about 6:45. Ralph was just like, I don't know. He was going through work emails or something.
No, I was just elated with our draft, and you lost me.
Are you elated with your draft?
I am. I was fan. What a great first 2 picks. Love it.
My draft is one of those things where I'm like, yay, what have I done? I think we're going to be fine. But again, we will talk more about that a little bit later. So tonight, the Diamondbacks have the Rockies again, and the Dodgers have the Cardinals.
Yep.
So both of our teams have easier teams to play against, but you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
So nothing is a given, but should be a fun night for everybody. We all, of course, going to talk a lot about the basketball. We're going to get to this in a second. Some really great news came down the pipe. I'll tell you right this, then we'll go to the text. Phoenix Suns and the Mercury, they are going to move their games off of Bally's and onto regular damn TV, as God intended when he created the heavens and the earth and all these other things. Yes, it's going to be on channel 3 and 5, which is 3 and 5. I don't know what the hell they are. I don't know what. One of them CBS. That's all I know. And so this is good. This is so if you have the YouTube TV, if you have Cox Cable, if you have Direct TV, whatever you have, you get 3 and 5. I don't know which one of those stations are predominantly going to carry the games, but it's also a damn sight better. Remember back in our day, Ralph, channel 45, KUTP, home of the Suns. And you're like moving an antenna and trying to get the damn picture in.
The way it's supposed to be.
The good old days. So anyway, I say this is great news. This is great news for everybody, but not so fast, says Bally's. They say, hey, nuh-uh. Phoenix Suns have breached our contract and violated bankruptcy law, and Diamond Sports Group will pursue all remedies. Any parties that attempt to exercise control over our property interest while we reorganize, this is an improper effort by the Suns to change their broadcasting partner without permitting Diamond to exercise our contractual rights. I think they have a first right of refusal, or it's like, well, if we give you $1 more, you have to take our deal or something like that. So yeah, I guess the Diamondbacks aren't worried about it because they just went out and said, hey, we're on channel 3 and 5 next year, and didn't even care what these Bally guys thought.
I don't know if you saw what Matt Ishbia said about the whole thing, but he was basically like, look, money is not the thing here. Like, we got money. We want to be able for the fans to be able to engage with the team, and we want to put the fans first. And if the fans can't watch the games, then they can't engage with the team. So basically, whatever amount of money it costs for them to get the Suns in a place where people can actually watch them, that's what Matt Ishbia is willing to pay.
So is that Matt Ishbia signaling, sue me, and if you win, I'll pay you, but we're still moving?
Basically, that's the way. I mean, he seemed pretty defiant about it. So I just don't think he's bothered. I mean, if they want the money and they're able to get it in court, fine. If not, who cares? But if we can get the fans engaged, guess what? We'll get that money back when, they're watching the team where they can easily access.
I don't know if this Matt Ishby is a good guy, a bad guy, a toxic guy, but I'll tell you what, this move right here is the right move for the fans.
It is.
And you don't always see that, do you? You don't always see that when you have the interactions between teams, team owners, and other large entities. So Ishby, for whatever they're saying, toxic work environment. Oh, what, he expects you to work? Okay. I don't know what the real story is there, but if he's a dirt bag, we'll deal with dirt bag things later on. But right now, holy crap, this is good. You have to admit this. You almost put up with a little toxic workplace for this, All right, as long as you didn't harass some women or something, if he's yelling and screaming at people, I think that's all right. I think we should get a pass.
I mean, I just don't know. So, I mean, I'm not going to try and make that judgment, but like
if he pants one guy in an elevator, that's all right because we get the Suns on regular TV. Now, if he messes with the ladies, or if he goes too far in any other direction, yeah. But if he's just a guy who goes up and gives one of his salesmen a noogie, like right there on the head, and get out of here, you knucklehead. That's fine. I mean, there's got to be a certain level of toxicness that we should accept for this.
I have no idea. I should there be? I don't know what the line on that would be.
No, this is my line. Channel 5, Channel 3. I don't care which. If we can watch the Suns on regular TV, have at it, Ishby. Have at it. Start the hazing. Run up and down the Suns hallways, smacking people on the ass. I don't even care. As long as they're men. As long as they're men. As long as they're men. I don't know.
I just think that if you're the kind of person who's just a big sports fan, because I think that's where he's coming from, that I think that's a good thing. Sometimes you wonder when someone's going to buy the team, are they going to be more business minded or more fan minded? And
Ishby is smart enough to be both at the same time, because the more fan minded you are, the better your business is going to do. And that is a problem that a lot of these sports teams and organizations just can't seem to connect with.
I mean, look at the Diamondbacks. I mean, the Diamondbacks are very business minded. They're interested in making the most amount of money for them, but they're not interested in what
they are watching this very closely, and I'll tell you why. Because Bally's has skipped a rights payment to the Diamondbacks, so now the Diamondbacks are like, "Oh, the Suns, wait, can we do that? Yeah, let's do that." I think that as far as they are in business, their response is going to be much quicker and harsh than anything the Suns would have done. Once you miss the payment, man, that's it. That's the only thing that the Major League Baseball gives a crap about. Once to stop the money, you start to fight. Historian wants you to know that today is the day the mutiny on the Bounty took place. I don't know why these guys were fighting over paper towels, but I think it was just sort of irresponsible. The Jet says, no, I already said that. Jagdog says, more Ralph. Does that mean we're going to talk Lakers again for 2 hours?
Probably.
About 2 minutes, maybe.
No, probably a couple hours.
Yeah, well, you can, but we're going to turn off your mic. King Kitten says it's not going to be on 5. It's going to be on a new channel, 44. And channel 44 has a worse signal than the Fanatic. That's not nice. We have a nice signal.
Wow.
How dare
There's no new channel 44. What are you talking about? I think you just made that up. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Everywhere is
2 minute
reporting
penalty.
3 and 5. I don't know that all of a sudden, because you showed up on the text line and said 44, you're changing the news stories that we've been reading.
King of Kittens is making stuff up.
Penalty box.
So there you go. We're just going to blow the whistle.
Big George says, I'm really liking this Matt Ishby guy. He's winning me over with this move to air the games for free. This is such a fan-friendly move, and I'm all for it. Suck it, Bally Sports. Well, that's kind of nice for you, Ralph. Now they're going to move on to Suck It Valley Sports.
I'm okay with that.
Mr. Pink Eye says, hi, happy Friday, fellas. So when did Randy get traded for Raven Kid? Was it a draft day trade? No, it was he won a contest, and Randy will be back Monday. So, here's a little tidbit. If Randy's not on the show, neither am I. 888-368-1580. So you can try to trade somebody, but it ain't going to work.
I mean, it's a package deal. It's like when two guys have the same agent.
I'm uncomfortable you talking about my package.
Well, I wasn't talking about your package.
Is this the sort of thing that Ishby is accused of?
I have no idea because I was not talking about your package.
I thought you were. I heard you say package.
We all heard you say package.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said his package.
There was yes.
I have witnesses.
It's context. I didn't say your package. I said you and Randy package deal.
Wouldn't you say that Randy and I's package deal is in essence my package deal? So then, of course, you are actually talking about my package.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Your Honor, I would like to submit that opposing counsel is talking about my package, and I want him stricken from the record.
Who is there a judge? I don't see where.
Well, Ralph and I have him on a fourth screen in our Zoom. Are you not on there?
I see.
Okay. He's on my side.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, yes, very happy. Son's on regular TV. Let these idiots fight it out about the rights and the money. I'll tell you what's going to happen. If Bally Sports says, "Oh hell no, you didn't," and they win, oh my God, the people are going to be angry and rise up against Bally Sports. That's what you get for changing your name from something like Fox Sports sounded way better, didn't it? And then they're like, "We're Bally's." Oh, you whores. Yeah, it's just you casino loving whores. Jet says, "I'm upset with you guys."
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think we're all okay with that.
So
only Keon cares why, so I guess we'll ask. He says, "I've been trying to get on the show for 2 years, and you just let Raven Kid on? Not to mention the goofball you had in the corner there that likes the Lakers and the Dodgers." Here's the thing, Jet. Raven Kid won a bet to get on the show. That's how that happened. And that happened before COVID. And he has been waiting forever. And he's smart. And he had a lot of good knowledge once he finally was able to talk out loud. So he actually brought something to the show. So we're not just giving out freebies to people who come sit on the show. You know, we just said we've never done that. But maybe someday, Jet, maybe someday your dream will come true. Probably not. Cheesehead Bill says, "Happy Friday, gents. Do me a favor. Next football season, if you guys play other music on the intro, will you play Love Stinks for me? It's going to be a long season." I don't understand what you mean by that. You mean what intro? Why would I play Love Stinks? Are you a broken heart, my friend? Did somebody do you wrong? I'm trying to understand. Oh, crap. No. I knew it. You gave me COVID, didn't you? You gave me COVID, Ralph.
I didn't give you COVID. I haven't even seen you. I haven't seen you since last Saturday.
Ralph was Sunday, and that was just enough time. Are you sick? Are you sick? I've been trying to find out why my throat is hurt all week.
It was only one kiss, and there was barely any tongue.
Silence. Wow.
Well, I guess he remembers it.
I was hoping nobody would speak about that. I just want to know what his cigar tasted like, and it was just,
Problem was I never a cigar there, but whatever.
Jordan Love, Cheesehead Bill. Oh, I see. Love stinks because he's a Packers fan.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know that Jordan Love stinks yet.
Yeah, he does.
He stinks. I'm trying to give him some hope.
I mean,
there's no hope.
I don't think that Jordan Love is good, but I have no idea. And I just to take a stroll down memory lane, when Aaron Rodgers got his chance to start, it's not like everybody knew he was going to be great right off the bat. There were question marks there. So, let's let Jordan play, and then if he stinks, then we'll make
Jordan
fun
cook.
Well, they can draft Will Levis. I mean, he's still there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. People are having conversations about trading up to get Will Levis. I wouldn't imagine why wouldn't the Packers? I don't know. Radio Ron is on the text line, says Ishba is a fellow Spartan. We hold ourselves to a higher standard. Well, maybe not recently. I don't think I'd bring up the Spartans on this one. And we won't hold whatever weirdness he's into against you. Twitty, says, is the judge you were talking to Judge Jerry, or is that too soon? More than likely, we'd go with Judge Judy.
Yeah.
Is she still around?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. She's got to be like 118 by now.
Yeah,
she's not like really on TV much anymore, but she's still alive.
The Jet says, Ralph is pretty amusing when he's not talking about the Lakers or the Dodgers.
Well, then that's never so. Okay.
Let's talk about a Phoenix Sun for a second. Kevin Durant has signed a lifetime contract with Nike. About these lifetime contracts. So once you're done playing and you're just kind of sitting around, that contract only makes sense for someone like Michael Jordan. Outside of that, why does anybody, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Kevin Durant is only the third person with a lifetime contract, and it's Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and him.
Oh, I thought Kobe wasn't involved in that, huh?
Well, it'd be over anyway.
Well, yeah, the lifetime contract has been concluded on the side of a hill. But, you know, I'm just saying, when it comes to, so this is it. He's the only guy. Wow, that's really sort of incredible. Because when he's done playing basketball, I don't think you're ever going to hear from him again. You know what I mean? He'll be a quiet guy off doing his thing, just kind of chilling.
I don't think that Kevin is like a very outspoken person, but he'll still be around the game. I mean, I think that he really is interested in the business side of sports. I don't know exactly what that means, but, you know, he has his show called The Boardroom, and he talks about that kind of stuff. So
everybody's got a podcast. It doesn't mean
it's not a podcast. It's like, it's actually a show. It's like on ESPN. It's on, I don't know if it's on ESPN Plus or.
Well, then that's like a podcast.
Yeah, but it's not a podcast. It's like it's filmed. It has segments.
So
yeah, it's a TV show.
Is he good? Is he like, hey, everybody, I'm Kevin Durant, and let's start? Or is he like, is he kind of soft spoken? I see him in interviews. He's not a dumb guy. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying he doesn't seem like he's demonstrative. Does somebody else host this thing?
And he's still not like that. Yeah, he's got a co-host, and
no, he has a host.
I mean. Okay, sure. However you want to put it, but
who's on there with him?
I don't know the name of the guy off the top of my head because I haven't had ESPN Plus in a while, so I haven't.
He talks first, doesn't he?
I do not recall. I have not watched in a long time.
My point is, I like Kevin Durant, but he's not the kind of guy who's going to be present after basketball. He's going to be the kind of guy who will be involved in charities. He'll be involved in businesses, but you're not going to see him hanging around. He's not going to coach. He's not going to be the kind of guy who gets involved in front offices. He's just going to go off and do his thing. You know who he reminds me of in that sense? Well, he looks to be in the future more like Larry Fitzgerald than anybody else.
The issue with that is, like, there are people whose personality you would have thought that guy would never coach. Larry Bird, but he was a coach.
Oh no, I could see that. I could have seen Larry Bird coaching the entire time.
Ralph
and I were alive when that happened.
Okay, I'm just saying Larry. Not much of a talker, though.
Much of a coach.
No. Behind the scenes, he was a talker and a trash talker. Oh my God.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant is definitely a trash talker. But you have to be on the floor to hear it. We don't get to hear any of it, and he doesn't tell us because he don't like. Well, anybody that talks to a microphone, Kevin's really not a big fan of you generally. So
Kevin Durant is a soft-spoken person. And he's a well-thought person. I think he's a very intelligent person. And I think he's going to have success at whatever he does past this. My surprise at the Nike contract is, you know, he's not going to be the guy, I want to be like Mikey. You know, he's not the guy like LeBron who wants to try to be like Mikey. You know, he just wants to be Kevin Durant. And he's not like he's not a type A personality compared to some of the others. So for Nike to give him a lifetime contract, I mean...
Why?
It's going to be very quiet.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, we have some new Kevin Durant shoes. And they're going to be like, who?
Yeah.
I got some new Jordans.
Is anybody really going to say who from the guy that's literally like the best shooter at that size ever?
5 to 10 years from now,
absolutely.
The kids will have no idea who he is.
I disagree because kids still, like, there's like a bunch of guys in the league that still look up at Jordan and go, wow. And it's not
Jordan and LeBron are household names, and it's a different thing. Kevin Durant, and I'm not taking away from him. He's a great, but he's a quiet great. And the quiet greats are not going to be on the thoughts and minds of people 10 years after he retires. So a lifetime contract with Nike doesn't make much sense.
I believe Kevin will be involved and around the game for a long time. And he doesn't have to be a louder guy to be around and involved in the game of basketball. And as long as he's doing that, he will be on the minds of people.
Like how? I mean, like an announcer, or what do you mean?
Well, no, not like an announcer, but I think more in a business sense, more in the sense of working with agents, more in the sense of the promotional side.
But if he's not in the public, if he's not in the public eye, these young people have no.
So that's what I'm saying. He's not going to disappear out of the public eye because he will be around the game. Kevin Durant's not like Bo Jackson, get a cabin in the woods and be gone.
Kevin does about Isaiah Thomas. They won't have any idea who you're talking about, but he's around the game, isn't he? So I just
okay, but you said ask a kid. I'm the
somebody-
person whose age you should be comparing that to, and I grew up knowing.
You've told us on repeated occasions that you're elderly now.
I never told you that I was elderly. I just
No
told you
age.
I don't know the lingo of what kids are saying because you're asking
Your
me like
knees are creaking.
what are 23-year-olds saying? I don't know. I don't hang
he's
out
not-
with them.
The difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan and Durant is he's not iconic the way they are. They're iconic. Their names and their likenesses will be something you're talking about in 20 years. Kevin Durant, it doesn't have that iconic feel or aura around him at all. So
Okay, I
just
got
just
one
don't
for
see
you.
it.
We're running
I
so
don't-
late, but you know what? I don't care. It's Friday. I'll give you another Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson, back when he was a point guard for the Phoenix Suns, was widely known as one of the best point guards in the entire league. That guy had an amazing career, and he was better than probably Chris Paul. Nobody knows who the hell he is now. And he didn't have a lifetime contract, and they wouldn't give him one because nobody knows. Well, of course, there was the thing where he tried to be the mayor of San Diego or something, and then he got in trouble with some young girl or something. But I'm just saying, I love Kevin Durant. He's an amazing player, but he's not lifetime contract player.
Well, Nike disagreed.
Well, I'm going to look you up in 15 years, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if people are still familiar
Remember
with Kevin Durant.
one of the greatest shooters any of us has ever watched. Okay, yeah.
We will remember. Sports people remember. Kids will have no idea. So you know what? I 10, 15 years from now, don't change your phone number. Because
It's actually been the same for the last 15 years. So I don't suspect it'll change anytime
if I'm
soon.
wrong, don't even call me. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
It's back. The second annual Fire and Fairways Charity Golf Tournament presented by Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is Monday, June 5th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Supporting Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Early entry is just $160 and includes fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, Scottsdale. Win a trip to the 2023 Ryder Cup, a Pebble Beach golf vacation, a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac, and much more. You can help. Be a sponsor or donate a prize. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 6 to 8 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop here on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
If you're not spending every waking moment checking us out online,
You better have a good excuse.
yeah, we've loaded up our website with the stories, pics, video, podcast commentary, and more. The kind of stuff you love.
Hey, it takes a lot of time to post all this junk,
And you'll love every bit of it. Very well.
or at least most of it.
It appears that the website has become alive.
Get it now.
It's on the internet.
1580, thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580, the Fanatic. Did we ever find out? I mean, the Suns are not playing tonight, right? They're playing tomorrow, right? Did we ever get a time for that? I have no idea.
I'll see if I can track down a time.
Oh, no, I got it. It's 5:30 or 4:30 our time. It's tomorrow afternoon, so that's good. I'll watch that. By the way, in a very stunning turn of events, King of Kittens is actually right about something. It turns out that Arizona's family TV people, 3 and 5, they started a new channel. He's right, 44. But here's the thing about that. Most people are not watching with on-air antennas, but 44 with a certain amount of power will be granted access to DirecTV, will be granted access to the cable. So here's what they say about that. For the Suns, there'll be a minimum of 70 games broadcast each season, and 40 regular season games will be on Channel 3, and the remaining will be on the KPHE Channel 44. Now, as a news station, the question I have is, has anybody seen this station yet?
No.
I think it's a Hispanic channel, actually. I'm not sure. I just started kind of Googling and stuff, so if somebody has more time to check on that and let us know so I don't have to worry about it, well, I'd appreciate it.
I just 44 on the Cox TV is the Golf Channel, so I don't know.
Well, no, that's cable. So
Okay.
when Channel 4 or KUPT
that's right.
was 45, it'd be on Channel 6 or something. So you will have to check your local listings to figure it out. So, but somebody should. 888-368-1580. Michael Jordan says the fifth letter is iconic. Kobe Bryant is iconic. LeBron James needs to worry about closing it out tonight, damn it. That LeBron ain't Kobe and he ain't Jordan.
He's still iconic.
He's still iconic. Yeah, I just
got to give him that.
You can hate him all you want. I don't even like him, but he's iconic.
He's absolutely an icon. It's not about likable ability. It's not even about levels.
Right.
Who's better? Who, like, you leave that stuff alone. It's about how recognizable is the guy. Right. LeBron right now, hard to top it.
Michael Jordan was quietly iconic. LeBron is not quietly. He wants you to know he knows he is iconic. Kobe Bryant was quietly iconic. LeBron James walks around with that swagger like, yeah, I know. And you guys are talking about me and I should, I'm better than Michael Jordan, or I'm better than Kobe Bryant. He has that air about him, that sort of, it's arrogance. I don't know. Maybe it's just dumb. I don't know.
He also became this person during the whole Twitter age and everything else where, obviously Jordan really didn't have that and Kobe wasn't big on that, but LeBron James is more of an activist and he's on Twitter and he has an opinion about politics and everything else. So that's why he's that guy, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
An extroverted person.
Yeah.
And he has done a lot of good, and I've given him credit for that. But what I notice about him and his personality and his swagger, he's like, I am me. All come to me, bow down to my feet, bask in the glory that is LeBron. You didn't get that. You got like a look, you got like a smirk. Yeah, Kobe give you a smirk, Jordan will give you a look, and LeBron will give you a lecture.
It's because Kobe and Jordan were that guy and they were that good and they knew they didn't have to do that in order to prove it. Their game spoke for themselves. So
if you're that guy, you don't have to tell people you are that guy.
Exactly.
And it takes away from you being that guy, LeBron, but when you do.
I also think Jordan just being like obviously the first guy of that caliber, and Kobe, no, they didn't have to live in a world where people were telling them, no, you're never going to be the greatest, because the road was already, they were paving the road. LeBron showed up and the road was paved. So how do you get people to pay attention to you when there's already a road? Well, you got to tell people stuff.
No,
it's
just play your damn game and let that speak for yourself.
Like
Booker does.
You can, but LeBron's game does very much speak for itself. He doesn't have to do what he does. He just likes talking. Like some people just do.
So what you're saying is it's dumb. Because that was basically the choices right there. It's a dumb thing for him to do, because I don't think it takes away from his legacy. I'm not talking about his activism. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the good that he does. I'm not talking about the stances he takes, although sometimes he takes stances that are really stupid and then has to backtrack and fix that.
Sure.
We all make mistakes. I'm talking about the fact that, in a game, he should just play the damn game, and let his game speak for him. Don't get involved in conversations about, Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant. They didn't get involved about conversations revolving.
But they didn't
about
have to, is my point.
There were people before Michael Jordan. There was Bill Russell. There was Wilt Chamberlain. There was Dr. J. There was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. There's plenty of people. You never heard of Michael Jordan, punching backwards, and that's what LeBron has done. And that he didn't, and shouldn't, and never needed to do that.
Yeah, but we weren't. I don't know. I was really little at the time, so I'm not going to be able to tell. But it's not like now. Every single game that I see a player have, we relitigate that guy's entire legacy on a game-to-game basis in a way that I don't remember us doing before.
We stuff is.
When I say we, I just mean like basketball society. Like Jason Tatum had a bad game, and now people are going, so is he one of the top 5 players in the league? Like what? Why does it
dumb people with not enough to talk about? I've seen LeBron have bad games, and I'd still say he's the best basketball player in the game right now.
Listen to me though. In the world of social media, the dumb people with not a lot to talk about is everybody. That's
including LeBron.
Okay, correct. But there wasn't that for Jordan. There wasn't that for Kobe. So saying what they would not have done
since, and Jordan could have gone on it. There was social media for a time when Kobe was playing. He stayed off of it. That's smarter.
Well,
LeBron is just dumb.
I don't think so. Because when social media comes for after, like my parents don't use social media the way that I do. It exists for them, but they just don't use it that way. It's just not something that they feel the need to use. That doesn't make them smarter than me for not using it. They just
oh my God. There was about 3 months where my mom would go on Facebook and type her search, what she was searching Google for, into a Facebook post. It took forever to get her off of that.
Oh.
Obviously, the problem today is that we live in the Truman Show, right? I mean, everybody.
That's what I'm trying. Well, when you are a professional athlete, you do. There's like you miss a game-winning shot, and there's a million people you don't know coming to tell you how much you suck. Bradley Beal didn't hit a guy's 3-leg parlay, and the guy tried to start an altercation with him at the game. Like that's a different world.
It's because the dumb and voiceless have been given a voice through social media.
That's what I'm trying to say.
It's just like we gave Raven Kidd a voice yesterday. So comparing, it's the same thing.
Oh no, I'm not going to take shots at Raven Kidd.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say right now, if Jordan had been in this and Kobe had been in the deep of it, of the social, they were smart enough. I believe they would have done.
I have
turned it off.
Okay,
LeBron should have been smart enough to turn it off.
Like you always say about some other stuff, we'll never know, will we? If you grow up with social media and that's all you know, and everybody you know is being dumb with it, then that's all you know. Like that's what.
Yes, but I now can pull another card, and it means that I've got 20 years on you, kid. So I can tell you right now, I know.
I mean, you can also just,
okay, your 20 years doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't mean,
did you live 20 years in the hypothetical world with where Jordan grew up with this? Like, no. So
Jordan and I were best friends in elementary school.
Okay,
I know him better than you.
I disagree with that, but all right.
How do you know that's not true? How do you know that's not true?
I'm saying we'll never know. You're the one that's asserting that it's true.
I can provide pictures as soon as I Photoshop them. That it is absolutely a true statement.
Okay.
The noise on social media is from 20% of society. Right. And it's usually the stupidest 20%. So I think guys like Kobe, I know
that stat.
That's a fact. But it's the
you think there's only 20% of society on social media?
No, what I'm saying is 20% of society is the loudest. They're the ones that are speaking over everybody else. That's just how it is.
All right.
So what I'm saying is guys like Kobe, I think, realize that and say, you know what? I ignore the noise. I'm not going to even play that game. Kobe was kind of private. He did his own thing and he didn't worry about the noise. He worried about his game. He focused on his game almost 24/7, right? So I just don't think Kobe would have got caught up in it. I think LeBron thrives in it. Again, not to be a jerk about him. He grew up in this, so he's part of it. So I understand why he does it. But I think guys like Kobe or Jordan just would have ignored it. They were more focused on their game than anything else.
At any time, I think they would have done that. And then, listen, there is an example for this, Keon, and his name is Devin Booker. Devin Booker doesn't get involved in that stuff. He grew up in the time of social media more so than even LeBron. And he could be out there talking crap. He could be out there doing the Kevin Durant burner phone thing on other people. But he is smart enough to stay out of it. So it is possible to do, Keon.
I'm not saying that it's impossible to do, but Devin Booker is just a really quiet guy. So that's just not something that appeals to him. If you're an extroverted person or an outgoing person and you live in a world with social media, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know who would and would not do that, because I have no idea. There's plenty of people, you just grow up with it, and it's just the most natural thing to do. Oh, I'm going to with my friends, so I'm going to tweet about it or post it on Instagram.
Keon, when you look at the personality of a Michael Jordan, and we have read ad nauseum things about him. We know about Michael Jordan, and it was the same thing with Kobe. We know not saying, whoa, boy, we really know them, but we knew enough about them to know that their vibe, their personality probably would have meant them not being on social media. It's not that, it's a sure science, but there's certain things you could look at me and say, I'm pretty sure you're not going to do a mud run. And you'd be right. But, you might look at Ralph and say, I'm pretty sure you'd love a lasagna. You would also be right. And it's just things you get to
gluten-free.
Italian, of course you like it.
I had to think about that.
There's a gluten-free lasagna because we know
I'm lazy. I'm not doing a mud run. It's also dirty. I don't want to have to. That's just too much. Anyway,
I could look at you and know. Right. Yeah, he doesn't want to go to the draft.
At what we know about Michael Jordan and what we know about Kobe, I would almost bet my left leg that neither of them would be involved in social media. They're smart businessmen, and they'd have somebody involved in social media for you, and those social media accounts would be very professional.
Okay, but just because someone says things on social media is not like an indictment of who they are as a
LeBron
has
said some really dumb crap.
Correct, and that's okay.
On social media,
I like LeBron, the basketball player. LeBron, the guy on social media, I don't follow LeBron on anything because I don't care what LeBron has to say about anything that's not basketball.
Fifth Letter has a basketball take on this before we go to the break. He says, great basketball player, no doubt. Chasing championships, creating super teams, that does not make you iconic.
Okay, first off, it actually does, because being famous and being infamous, being famous, when we talk about iconic, stop trying to make this a greatness conversation. That's a different conversation. LeBron James at the Miami Heat, that 4-year stretch where he was the most hated guy in basketball, is a very iconic stretch of basketball. What are you talking about?
So LeBron has been on more teams than I can remember. Kobe was on the Lakers. Michael Jordan was on the Bulls.
Yeah.
The Lakers and the Bulls had good years and bad years.
What are you
That's all
saying?
I'm going to say about that.
That's a great point.
I don't Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Right. Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles, with an auto warranty about to expire, or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-736-6158 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-736-6158. That's 800-736-6158. What do you have to lose? Call 800-736-6158. Again, 800-736-6158.
Scott for Scots here. You ever want to grow new grass faster? Kind of like when you press the 2x playback button on your podcast so you can speed through episodes. Except with Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass, you're speeding your way from a thin and damaged lawn to a thicker, stronger one in just weeks. Bit too fast, maybe slow it down. Okay, let's just go back to normal speed.
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass today. It grows grass 2 times faster than seed alone when applied at the new lawn rate, subject to proper care.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
It's back. The second annual Fire and Fairways Charity Golf Tournament presented by Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is Monday, June 5th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Supporting Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Early entry is just $160 and includes fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse Scottsdale. Win a trip to the 2023 Ryder Cup, a Pebble Beach golf vacation, a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac, and much more. You can help. Be a sponsor or donate a prize. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the six-pack?
Bingo.
That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
David Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Big George says, yeah, KPHE is channel 13 on Cox Cable and is available right now for most people on Cox, DirecTV, and Dish Network. I was able to pick up KPHE with my rabbit ears in Gilbert when I lived there. I guess it's been around for a while, but yeah, you don't need a great signal to get yourself on DirecTV. You just need enough signal. So I'm sure that's why they're on there. King Kitten says, yeah, it's the home of the Phoenix Rising on Saturdays. And it's on Cox. He says channel 14. Now, George says 13. So George watches a lot of TV. More Hallmark Network than I'm comfortable with. But generally, he knows where stuff is. Nurse Scratchit says women's basketball is on channel 44. That's right. Well, the Mercury are definitely, every game is going to be on the 44. According to that news story. Donnie says, yeah, Devin, I date Kardashian Booker hates the spotlight and attention. Yeah, but here's the thing. He wasn't out there talking about it. And really, it was a very quiet thing. All you knew was he was dating one. And every now and then you'd hear if he broke up. Did you hear anything else about it? Did you hear anything about him getting into altercations or arguments or Twitter spats or anything? Booker may have dated a famous person who puts themselves out there, but that doesn't mean he did just because he dated her. Pink Eye says, yeah, Booker dated a Kardashian. All right. Well, I'm sure he's been to the doctor to get tested. I don't know what more you want from him.
Like, I don't know what that's supposed to prove. We're talking about the guys themselves,
Yeah. And I just really do hope he's been tested.
And even if you're a quiet person, famous people just tend to date famous people because they know what it's like to have other people just want their attention all the time.
Pinocchio says, happy Friday, fellas. Pour me a cold one, please. Jeffrey, put me down in the not doing a mud run list. Would you ever do a mud run, Ralph? You ever done that?
I would do it, yeah.
You ever done a run?
I was a runner for a long, long time until my knees gave out, but yeah.
Well, that means you would not do a mud run.
I still do a mud run right now. It's different.
You can't do a mud run without doing the run.
I would do it one time, yes.
You do a mud stroll?
I would do a mud fast walk.
That sounds like a sexual thing. I don't know.
But also, if you do a mud run like that, because it happens on the grass and the dirt and the mud and all of that, that's not like the same as doing a run on concrete and all that stuff. So if your knees are an issue, the mud run might actually be better than.
Well, not like the concrete's going to help.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The concrete's worse. But if you're just doing a run, if you had to choose between one of the two, the mud run would be better on your knees.
Would you do a mud run?
No.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
Why not?
Mud gets everywhere.
Yeah, I'm just look.
And then it dries into filthy dirt.
So you take a shower.
If I were younger, I might
skip
have done
the mud run and take the shower.
Yeah, just go right to the shower and a nice nap. If that's what a mud run is, you can count me in. Sure. So last night, sweaty baby hair went home, and that's the end of that. The Celtics now move on. The Phantom of the Basket, Jaylen Brown and the Celtics will now be on their way to play the Sixers on Monday. So they have a nice chunk of rest ahead of them. The Suns had, I guess, not as much rest, huh? I guess they didn't get as much rest, did they? I don't know who schedules these things, but it don't sound right.
Well,
it just doesn't.
They, Jason Tatum was talking about how he had to, he was apologizing to Janet Jackson because the Hawks didn't realize that they were going to still be playing playoff basketball, kind of double booked the show and the game. That's a lot of this stuff, a lot of these schedules. It's the basketball schedule, but these stadiums do shows and host these things all year long.
They rescheduled Janet Jackson?
Yeah.
Just
so the Hawks could get the game on time.
Didn't know she was still touring.
She's still touring. I didn't know either. That was how I learned.
She's at the age right now where you think she'd be doing a book tour. You know what I'm saying? Not going up there, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, the shoulders, the whole thing. I could do that.
Please don't do that. Yeah.
So you're just jealous because you can't do it as good as me.
No, I was talking more about her. Please not doing it, but you too. Yeah.
I think it pulled something. So let's talk about the Suns and the Nuggets. I'm sure we'll have more to talk about on Monday with this, but going into the first game, I think that everybody has favored the Denver Nuggets. Now, give me a picture of why. I mean, everybody just keeps saying Jokic is amazing. Keon, tell me about this Nuggets team. Why they are favored. Now, it's a 2.5-point favorite, so it's not a huge stretch. The spread is 2.5. The money line on the Suns is only 118. So why do you think it is? Give me the strong points of the Nuggets. Why are they favored here?
Right. So, like, beyond Nikola Jokic, I think we already know how great he is. He's been showing us that for a while now. Not just as a passer of the basketball, but he's a great scorer as well. He can get to the basket and basically get any shot he wants in the post area. And quite frankly, as a big guy, being able to shoot threes the way he doesn't hurt either. But I think the reason why the Nuggets are the favorites right here, Jamal Murray. The forgotten man of the Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, has basically gobbled up all the headlines for that team. So people forget that the leading scorer on that team isn't Nikola Jokic. Jokic is the second highest scorer on that team. It's Jamal Murray, with 27.2 points a game. So when you have a guy who can score at will, and Murray can't, and then you have a big man who can score and get other shots, that's already that puts them in a top spot. But then I think a lot of people like their role players probably better than the Suns role players, where, you look at a Michael Porter Jr., who is somebody who, when they drafted him, it was a gamble because he was a great player, but he had a foot injury and he came into the league basically constantly having to rehab the foot and get over the injury. Well, he's more healthy now than he's ever been before. Aaron Gordon has been a big contributor to what they do. And I wonder how the Suns are going to match up against them, because notoriously the Suns do not like to offensive rebound. Aaron Gordon just gets every rebound. That's just his thing. He's just a really high energy guy who can score in the mid range as well. So I think just the role players and the scoring ability of the Nuggets kind of puts them in a more favorable position in the eyes of a lot of people against the Phoenix Suns.
Even with Kevin Durant, even with DeAndre Ayton, even with Booker, is this about their pace? Is this, they've got ways to stop the onslaught from the Nuggets. Why is everybody kind of sleeping on that?
I don't know if anybody's sleeping on it necessarily, because I think that the Suns between the two teams, I think the Suns have the better quote unquote big three. But when you just look at the role players, what you're asking those other guys to do, the more consistent team throughout the season and in the postseason so far has been the Denver Nuggets. And the Suns can't do the thing that they did last series where they just don't play defense for whole quarters. You will not win this series doing that.
My wife wanted a role play once, but I put a stop to it. She says, I want you to play the role of a guy who makes more money. Like that just kind of killed the mood.
Yeah, it's just
like 888-368-1580. Why is King Kitten saying Roger Goodell is on the clock? I thought the second round doesn't start until 4 or 5. What time does it start? What they start up here in about 10 minutes? Oh, that's what he means. Okay. Big George says, man, I sure hope 56-year-old Janet Jackson doesn't have a wardrobe malfunction like she did 20 years ago. Nobody needs to see that.
Well, as long as nobody pulls at her waist, she'll be all right.
Yeah, that wasn't her fault.
Blame Justin Timberlake for that.
It was totally planned. Everybody knew. Don't lie. 888-368-1580. So now let's talk about what's happening tonight in the NBA. Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors are having it out in the home court of the Golden State Warriors. And right now, all right, let's take a look at this. Right now, the Golden State Warriors are 7.5 favorites on the spread, and the money line on the Kings is plus 260, minus 335 on the Warriors. Okay, let's work out some of these injuries. And Andre Iguodala is out. He's been out since 2 years ago. Patrick Baldwin is day to day. Ryan Rollins out for the season. Kings are missing Matthew Dellavedova. So that is the situation there. And the Golden State Warriors been, they're the underdog. They're the scrappers. They're the ones who are trying to fight back. And
which is so crazy. Why do we make them the underdog every year? We act like they've never won a championship before. They're the
defending series because the Kings won the first 2 games. That's why.
I understand that, but it's just so weird that whenever we talk about the Warriors, we talk about them like, they're the little train that could. They are not. They're the defending champions of the league right now.
All right, so do the Warriors put away the Kings tonight?
I think they do. De'Aaron Fox is not 100%, and he's Warrior going out there battling. I was reading all day.
Did you hear that Fox is out?
I read that all day too, until not that long ago when they said he's going to play.
He's in.
He's back in, and if they let him play, he's a tough dude. He's going to go out there and try and give it his best shot. But he's the point guard, and his left hand has a broken finger. So when you're trying to move the offense to the left, well, what can you actually do at the same level that you were doing it at? And we saw in the first 2 games that even though the Kings won, they were close games. They needed every bit of De'Aaron Fox to win those games. And now that he's not 100%, the fact that he likes to go to his left and his left finger is broken, like that's going to be a giant problem in this game. And I think the Kings have done a really good job battling, but it's De'Aaron Fox's team, and the team kind of goes as he goes.
So Keon says this ends tonight. What do you say, Ralph? Does this end tonight?
I really thought this was going to go 7, but I also thought that the Kings would put up a better fight than they have been. No, I think it ends tonight. I think this is it. I think the Warriors just know, hey, we're at home. Let's just put these guys away and get ready for the Lakers. There's no reason to stretch this out any further and maybe go back to Sacramento with that emotion, the crowd going crazy, where maybe, hey, anything can happen in a game 7. But no, I think it's done. The Warriors are a better team, and they move on.
And the Warriors don't lose at home.
Yeah.
So looking here at the situation with Fox's finger and whatnot, the over-under seems a little high, 236.5. Is that too high or too low? You guys going over or under here?
I'll probably go over here just because both of these defenses haven't really found the key to stopping the other one. Like both of these teams have been just clearing 100 points pretty easily. Yeah, I'll take the 237. I'll go over that.
I think it's going to go over, but I think you're going to get one of those classic closeout games where this one team just going to blow out the other team. I think it'll be tight for the first half, and then you're going to have this run, and it's going to get ugly, and it's going to be a 20-25 point win.
Rico Suave says, "What's up, fellas? Watching you on the YouTube at work." Thank you, Rico Suave. Appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I kind of feel like this is going to be an under game. I think that this is going to just sort of be a lackadaisical performance on both sides. And then, but you are right. I think that the Golden State Warriors will pull away in the second half, but I'm going to go call this one an under. I think that is too high a number, personally.
They're the two best scoring offenses in the league. So
Draymond Green is going to kick everybody in the Ginobili's.
Maybe.
I mean, during the introductions, he's going to sneak out there and just, pow!
If the line was 2 kicks, I'd take the over.
All right, listen, when we come back, we have the Los Angeles Lakers to hate on. It's the Daily Blenders here on 1580, The Fanatic.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
Scott for Scott's here. You ever want to grow new grass faster? Kind of like when you press the 2x playback button on your podcast so you can speed through episodes. Except at Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass, you're speeding your way from a thin and damaged lawn to a thicker, stronger one in just weeks. Bit too fast, maybe slow it down. Okay, let's just go back to normal speed.
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass today. It grows grass 2 times faster than seed alone when applied at the new lawn rate, subject to proper care.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
It's back. The second annual Fire and Fairways Charity Golf Tournament presented by Kasai Japanese Steakhouse is Monday, June 5th at Silverado Golf Club in Scottsdale. Supporting Arizonans for Children, helping foster kids since 2002. Early entry is just $160 and includes fabulous lunch and drink celebration at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, Scottsdale. Win a trip to the 2023 Ryder Cup, a Pebble Beach golf vacation, a 2-year car lease from Coulter Cadillac, and much more. You can help. Be a sponsor or donate a prize. Go to fireandfairways.com. That's fireandfairways.com.
Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with 0 down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Did you know there are resources out there to support every Arizona service member, veteran, and their family? The Be Connected program is available statewide at no cost. We're here to help you navigate the system and get connected to whatever resources you need. Call 866-4AZ-VETS to talk directly to caring people professionally trained to help you. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veteran Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM. And K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien. Struggling with my voice a bit right now, so let's take it down a notch. All right. I'm alongside not Randy White. I'm alongside Ralph. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's creepy. It's creepy anyway.
I was like, wow, that was going to be hard to listen to for 2 more hours.
I don't know. I think that I just can't do intro voice. So next time, just fade that crap down, and I'll just start talking like this. Ralph from Harmon Solar is with us because Randy is out for the day. He's enjoying. He called me this morning, and he's loving life. He is having a great couple days off. He'll be back with us on Monday. So we dug deep and we found the best of the best to be on the show with us. Couldn't make it. We have Ralph. And we got Keon Rose in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And those solar panels, I think I need a pressure washer because I want to spray down their solar panels from the backyard.
You're going to shoot across the wall?
They just look horrible now.
Yeah.
They've only been up for a few months and they're like covered in dust and bird bleat. And it's just bad. It's just I've tried to sit there and eat my breakfast. We try to grow these giant bushes so we don't have to see these people. And then the bushes haven't been doing so great. So that ain't working. And now I see their stupid solar panels just looking horrible and not put together very well. Harman Solar will go up and that looks like a perfect grid, right? No seams, no spaces, no warps, no. Right. I don't know what company put on my neighbor's stuff. There's 2 houses behind me that have it. There are gaps. There are warped solar panels, stuff that's higher or lower than the other thing, and one that's kind of like cockeyed. I'm just like, oh my God.
Looks like Michael Strahan's teeth, right?
A couple of them, yeah, it does. And not even as charismatic. So, I'm looking at that, I'm thinking, I guess that's fine for the people who live there because they don't have to look at it. But then I think, well, if some low-life solar company goes in there and does that kind of work up there, how can you be confident in the materials they use? How can you be confident in the way they've wired it? How can you be confident that they've given you a good battery wall if that's involved, or a good inverter, all these other things that are involved with solar panels? So I'm sitting there looking out the back window and I said, don't worry, honey. One of them's going to catch fire. One will get cleared out pretty soon. So,
oh my goodness.
And that is the difference between Harman Solar and some of these fly-by-night companies, some of these lesser companies who, don't really know what they're doing. They do a good sales game, but then when the time comes to stand behind their product, where are they at? You can't find them. And you see 3 on your side and 5 down your pants, all these sort of shows they do on disreputable solar people. So how do you protect yourself against something like that, Ralph?
You call me.
Well, that's the obvious
What
answer.
else could you do? I mean, right?
But what if they don't like you?
Then you call Giovanna. Because you're right. I mean, there's a lot of people in the solar game because they make a good living doing it, but they don't really understand it. They haven't been doing it a long time. If the company you're talking to has only been around for a couple of years, that should be a red flag. We've been around since 1975, doing solar since 2008. So we kind of know what we're talking about. This is what we do. So it's kind of the cool thing there. The average person's there 5 to 7 years. These guys have all been doing it. They've all been in it. And it's just you're going to have the right experience, the great experience. And hey, we're never even afraid to look in the eye and say, you know what, we're not going to sell you this because it doesn't work for you. It's not a good idea for you. Where other companies are going to say it's always a good idea for you because they want to, drive that nice car and make that payment and do it with your money. So you got to be really careful, really careful.
Yeah. One of the things that really struck me is wow, they went up fast over there. Yeah. And I thought that felt too fast. And then after they were gone, you saw all the ways I described it. Well, yeah, it did go up too fast because they didn't do good quality work. Harman Solar will take as long as it takes to get it done right.
Right. And some of these companies, what they'll do is they'll put it up without even permitting it because they want to put it on the roof so you can't change your mind. Right. To where we won't ever do that until we go through the entire process. But yeah, because the way they look at it is if they can get it on your roof quick enough, you ain't going to take it down.
So what's this about the permitting though? So what if you can't get a permit and then what happens? You have to pay to have it all taken down?
Oh, that's when they start doing their games and you have to deal with them. It gets ugly. But yeah, I've seen that happen multiple times. So you got to be real careful who you're dealing with. You need, there's a lot of shady construction people out there, a lot of shady contractors out there, but Harman Solar, like I said, that's just not who they are. They do it all legit by the book and it's done right.
I did not mean to launch into a Harman Solar infomercial here.
Well, in the beginning there, I thought, oh my gosh, he's talking bad about solar. That's great for a sponsor. But then you turned it around. So that was
well, no, because I know that's not Harman Solar over there. It was obvious.
I know.
Your guys are professionals. They have little shirts that say Harman Solar. These guys didn't have nothing like that.
They had shirts that said Home Depot, right? So
some of them didn't even have shirts. It was one guy was comfortable.
That's a really good way. That's a good way to tell. Sometimes you'll see those guys up there. They're not tied off. They're not on their harness like they're supposed to. I mean, there's a lot of
we thought somebody was going to fall off that damn roof.
Yeah, and they do. We've seen that happen. There's OSHA requirements. You got to be able to tie off. You got to wear certain equipment. And if you're not doing that, you're out of your mind. So
there was nothing. This guy was just sort of tiptoeing. And like, he doesn't even have any kind of a safety line on him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And as bad as the neighbor's house looks like it was built, that was suicidal almost.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Well, you don't want nobody dying on your patio because you tend to remember that when you hear splat and you gotta, you just don't want that. Call Harman Solar. Give them the phone number.
800-281-3189. give us a call and we'll ask you for some information and we'll kind of put something together for you custom to what you do. 800-281-3189 or just visit us at harmonsolar.com. And you can kind of just get a feel for what we're about. And we know woman-owned business, been around since 1975. These are the experts in the industry.
Yeah, I like on your website, you got that cool thing there, the calculator, but it's more involved than that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It'll actually even show you a pattern of what kind of guys would do with the solar panels on your roof. It uses like the Google Earth thing or satellite or whatever.
Yeah.
And it calculates, okay, here's where your house points. Here's how many solar panels. And it gives you an idea of what it'll be. So that is super cool, man.
Yeah, I was trying to tell Randy. Randy's got the sexiest roof I've ever seen. So
yeah, one big flat roof pointed directly where the sun likes it, huh?
With one chicken on it. It was great.
Yeah, that was odd. When you talked about it, we were at the shindig and you're like, that's a sexy roof. So I walked out there to see, okay, what does a sexy roof look like? And I'm like, oh yeah, there's a rubber chicken up there.
Well, if you don't know
to see that.
You don't know what that roof's into. Don't kink shame.
Yeah, I'm not going to kink shame the roof, but I'm going to notice it, Big George says, Jeffrey, your voice sounds like the old voice of the coyote. Coyote. Oh, I see. Yeah. That's boy, you're going way back with radio for that. Ken Kittens wants you all to know that Janet Jackson is actually playing 2 nights at the basketball arena in Atlanta. She was scheduled for Thursday and Saturday night, but Thursday night show got bumped to tonight, also in Atlanta. Okay, I'm going to stop you there when you start talking about Taylor Swift and that stuff. I just don't care. What he's trying to tell you is, so some rich people had to make Sophie's choices with their concerts.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Good line.
That's horrible.
Good line.
Oh, man.
Terrible.
Wow.
That's crossing the line.
Oh, no, it's good. No, trust me, it's good. All right. So tonight at 7:30 p.m., I might watch this. Last time I was disappointed because the Lakers won, and I stayed up through an overtime for it. But let's find out. Let's see. Memphis Grizzlies are visiting the Los Angeles Lakers of Minnesota, and that is, this has been an interesting series. It's 3-2 in favor of the Lakers. Grizzlies need to win this to stay alive, but Vegas ain't giving it to them. There is a spread of 5 right now in favor of the Lakers. The money line is plus 175 on the Grizzlies. The over under is 220.5. But you got to feel like this could go either way. Not you, Ralph. I want to hear from Keon.
I mean, in a neutral site game, I would say this could go either way. In Memphis, I would say it could go either way. In LA, I have trouble saying that because the Grizzlies have been horrible on the road.
They have yet to win a game there.
They're just,
if I'm not mistaken,
not just win a game there this season. Just win on the road in general this season. They struggle on the road. And this being a must-win game when the pressure is on and you're on the road, and the Lakers feel like they have the home court advantage, and all they need to do is basically play their game and close out. I'm inclined to say that the Lakers are going to win tonight. If for no other reason than if the Grizzlies were an actual good road team, I could see this being a goes either way kind of game, but I just don't. They're not a good road team. And in this building in particular, they stink.
Yeah, well, here's the injury report. Dennis Schroeder, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, all listed as day-to-day. Let's face it, the entire damn team is day-to-day. The Grizzlies don't have Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, you already knew that. Jake LaRiva, Luke Kennard is day-to-day. So what do the Grizzlies need? They need what? Somebody hurt? I mean, how does this come in favor of the Grizzlies?
Well, I think for them, they just need to shoot the basketball the way that they do when they're at home. I mean, they're a really good shooting team. Desmond Bane, he's up and down. When they're at home, Desmond Bane shoots like he's Reggie Miller. When he's on the road, Desmond Bane shoots like some other guy. I don't know, just not anybody that's scary. Not a bad shooter, but just he shoots at an insanely high level when they play back in Memphis.
Remember when we talked about during the football season that Jared Goff was bad in cold weather outdoor games. And it was true. And then all of a sudden it wasn't.
Just that last game of the season, you're like, okay, maybe he can play in the cold.
So who knows what Bane is going to do tonight. It'll be definitely worth watching, but hoping. But
you're going to, you know what, for me, it's a matter of, I know the Lakers will win tonight. It's a matter of what kind of game is it going to be. If the Lakers come out on fire in that first quarter and they just get some points going and their defense is just humming, it's going to be a really long night for Memphis. If the Lakers do that where they fall behind, which they have a tendency to do that sometimes, where they fall behind early and they got to fight back the whole way, it's going to be a really close last possession game. That'll get interesting. But I still think the Lakers come out on top.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Bane will have to kill Batman tonight.
Just break his back.
I didn't see the movie, so
or read the comics apparently. Just
yeah,
saying.
That
he just comic shamed you.
That makes me wrong. Okay. Cabana, this has nothing to do with sports. He says, Jeffrey, please read this and tell me what's wrong with young people today. All right, there's a person there on a graphic. It says, hi, I'm Cody. I primarily go by EM or XE, XEM pronouns, but I am comfortable being referred to using any neo pronouns that are not ZE/HIR. All right, that's weird for me, but here's what else they say. If you don't want to get to know me, that's fine. Just keep scrolling. So I have no problem with this person. So this person isn't forcing anything on you, Cabana. This person just has a different way of wanting to be, and you don't have to approve of it. If this, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl or, again, whatever pronoun. I don't care, and you shouldn't care either. Let them be what they want to be. I don't like it when somebody gets on me if I get, like, excuse me, ma'am. They're like, yeah, my pronoun is this. All right, well, okay, now your pronoun is a-hole. But but if they're just minding their own damn business and they say, hey, if you want to know me, this is what I want to be called, who cares?
Live your life how you want to live it. Just don't force other people into it.
Yeah, you don't want anybody telling you how to be. So I don't care about that. And the fact that you took a picture off of a Fox News thing that says social media is brainwashing our kids. You know what? Take this to another radio station, dude. Boogie says, for the love of Richard Simmons and everything holy, can we please have Memphis win tonight?
No.
Well, not according to Ralph.
No. You got to ask Memphis. Here's the thing. If the team that imposes their will is going to win the game, but like Memphis seems to do it better when they're at home, when the crowd is behind them. And to be fair to them, FedEx Forum, I've been there. That crowd is insane. Those people love the Grizzlies. It's kind of all they have. And I don't even mean that in a bad way. As far as sports goes, Memphis is in Tennessee, but it's so far away from the rest of Tennessee.
Yeah.
They don't really have the Titans. They don't really have any of these other teams. They don't have the Volunteers. They don't have the.
Well, don't they have
teams.
Graceland? Isn't that where that is?
Memphis?
Yeah, or is that in Nashville?
Graceland's
in
Memphis.
It's in Memphis.
They got Elvis and they got the Grizzlies.
But I mean, as far as sports goes, like that's their team. Then everybody lines up behind it. And so it's easier to establish the tone there. But the Grizzlies play a pace that the Lakers don't actually like to play. The Grizzlies play a very up-tempo kind of pace. The Lakers want to slow things down, grind it out, and because they play better defense than most teams, that'll beat you. So if the Grizzlies can absolutely impose that, then they've got the opportunity to win the game. I just need to see them do it on the road first before I believe they can do it on the road.
Why would you want them to win the game? Come on, if they win the game, if they win the next, we're not talking Lakers next week. We want to be talking Lakers.
I want them tired.
For me, I just like 7-game series. They're just game sevens are always weird and crazy, and I love it.
It's fun. It's fun, and I want the Los Angeles Lakers exhausted every time they have to play.
Exhausted weeks ago. I mean, it is what it is.
Oh, they're really tired now, and it's showing. It's showing them in a big way. You know it. But I don't think. By the way, who wins this plays who? Keon. Do we know that yet?
Golden State.
Yeah, probably. Golden State. If Golden State wins, which I think they will.
The Lakers are not going to get past Golden State.
I think they will.
Keon?
I don't think they will. Because the Grizzlies can't seem to turn on. When do we play at a pace that bothers the Lakers? That's the only pace the Warriors know.
That would be a really good series.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Oh, hey everybody! Guess what? We're not going to do like a special draft program for rounds 2 and 3. But the Steelers just took Jay Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State, and now the Arizona Cardinals are on the clock for whatever disaster they're about to do next.
And Joey Porter, played for the Steelers. So how about that? His
That's
son,
pretty
his
cool.
son gets to be drafted by the same team
Legacy.
he played for.
Legacy. All right. Well, thanks for the heads up on that Average Joe. He's the one who reminded me, and he's like, "Damn it, we wanted him." Well, yeah, okay. Well, I think the Cardinals should be really happy right now. Really happy with that lineman that you got. So everything else that happens the rest of the draft, hit and miss. I mean, let's be honest. A little bit of the second round, you can get some good stuff, but everything else is going to be hit and miss because you just don't know. Tom Brady went in the 6th round. You can name a bunch of players went in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, last. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, and he played at a high level. You don't know what you're going to get. This is not an exact science. It's like you're like, oh, okay, we're going to try to see. Some of these guys who are great in college ain't going to do nothing in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Some people who struggled in college are going to fit in perfectly in the NFL. You just don't know. So from here out, you just hope for the best.
I mean, I think the here out is where good scouting group comes into play. I mean, the Seahawks' most successful round is the 4th. That's where they found a lot of their gems, 4th and 5th round. Over the last 10 years.
And notoriously, Bill Belichick has always found great talent in the 3rd. Yeah. So it's not a complete crapshoot. If you have people who are,
because he puts cameras in the bathroom.
I mean, maybe, but if you have a scouting department that knows what they're doing, the gems that teams find later in the draft, the team that was doing the scouting knew what that guy was going to be, where everyone else is going, wow, I can't believe he made that pick. So it's about doing your homework and giving yourself the opportunity to land more hits than you have misses.
Yep.
Let's see here. 8953 says typical Arizona Cardinals tanking this upcoming season for the #1 pick and Caleb Williams next season. Well, listen, I might want the Colts to do that. So just stay out of my way. 8953.
Not only that, but like the Cardinals may not even have to fully tank. The Texans might do it for you.
Yeah. Bruno Baller says, "Hey Keon, did Anthony Hardaway and Derrick Rose go to Memphis State?"
Memphis State. I know Derrick Rose went to Memphis. Yeah, didn't Hardaway go to Memphis too?
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, but not Memphis.
Not Memphis State.
That's a different college.
George. The Cardinals are not taking Will Levis. Okay, they're not taking Will Levis.
They should.
Baker's Cocky Hen says Pittsburgh stealing Joey Porter Jr. Boogie says you guys need to be doing a special 6-hour 2nd and 3rd round draft coverage show tonight. Man, I can't believe I'm even doing this show right now. My voice is shot after last night, man. I learned my lesson, and still waiting on the Cardinals there. I don't want to. Somebody just tell me when something happens.
Yeah, there's they're on there for a minute and a half, so I'll let you know when the pick's in and all that.
Cabana says, "Yeah, sorry, I accidentally pressed channel 47 and not 49 on Cox. I wanted to watch hockey playoffs and then listen to you guys. All right, well, listen in and watch your hockey and." You'll just let us know what your pronouns are. 888-368-1580. When we come back, I want to do something we have not done in a while, and especially not something we've done at the midpoint of any radio show. I want to do the Wheel of Sports when we come back. There's a bunch of random stuff. We have taped it up to the Wheel of Sports. We're going to spend it and randomly see what we talk about. And after that, we'll get to this draft, last night's draft, and all things NFL. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. There's been a trade.
Today on Hey Culligan, Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you. So your water stays soft, and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an free gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
Well, Mrs. Grayer, nothing on the x-ray that pinpoints the source of the pain. Let's send you to our lumbar expert.
After reviewing the x-rays, I can't see anything wrong. Let's give you a steroid shot for the pain and send you to the lab for some blood work.
Tired of the runaround? How about trying a new approach? The holistic approach.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our medical doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves both immediate physical symptoms and also improves cognition and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Baseball is in full swing.
See you later!
And we've got the grand old game covered like an infield tarp.
How about that?
Who's hot? Who's not? We've got the latest news, score, highlights, and info from around the league all season long.
It's a camper and it'll go all the way to the wall.
We are your MLB hookup.
Looking up and it's gone, a home run.
Get all the games you can handle on 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Dave Lender here on 1580 The Fanatic, and yep, Boogie alerted us to the trade. Adam Schefter confirmed it, and the Titans have picked Kentucky quarterback Will Levis. So Will Levis's national nightmare is over. I think it's too late. It was pretty obvious that he lost his girlfriend last night when he didn't get picked in the first round. You saw a look on her face. She's like, "Oh, God, I could be with any one of these other guys," and
I think
she's
that's
gone.
a good thing for him.
To lose the girlfriend?
Yeah, she just looked like she was a handful.
Yeah, well, he
It
is
just looked like she
from
was just-
Kentucky, so
Looked like she was just going through the motions with him. I don't know.
Oh my God,
I don't know.
She looked miserable.
Yeah,
So
but like so was he. Like she was mirroring him.
Oh, he was making all sorts of faces last night. If you go back and look at some of the cutaways, he's just clowning a little bit. But she looked like she wanted to be anywhere but there. I'll be curious to see what happens next for Boogie's Detroit Lions. I'm sure that they might have thought about Levis right there.
I think that's why the Titans jumped on there and did that, because I think the Lions would have taken him.
So I don't know what I think the pick is in for the Lions, and I don't care. I'm not gonna, unless something big happens. Don't bother me with the draft. I mean, I want to know what happens to my Colts. Somebody tell me that. But
Hey, the Cardinals are doing a good job of getting extra picks next year. I mean,
They're
that's
stockpiling.
smart.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
I mean, they are, as far as I'm concerned, to the extent that you can win the draft, the Cardinals are winning the draft right now because of the first rounder that they came away with next year, the third rounder, and now they're getting even more picks.
Yeah, Cardinals are feeling like the Bears next year with all these picks. And here's the thing: do we know what they got for giving up number 33? I presumably did they just slotted down. Let me see. Yeah, they're down at 41 now, but then they had to get something else out of the
I think they
Titans for
picked
that.
up an extra third rounder next year is what I thought it was.
Okay. All right. Well, this awesome fart is building a foundation. What do you got, Keon?
Yeah, so the Titans obviously got that Cardinals 33rd pick right there. They also get the Cardinals third round pick from next year, and the Cardinals get the second round pick from the Titans this year, third round pick from the second round from the Titans next year, third from the Titans next year, and third from the Titans. I'm sorry, I screwed that whole part up there. Second and third from the Titans this year.
Oh no,
third
I've got
from
it right
next
here.
year.
Yeah, so they picked up a third.
So they've got 2 third rounders next year.
Yeah, all they did was shuffle position though, because
so one pick was the swap, and then the other one was the extra third that they picked up this year and next year.
Right. So before we talk about next year's pick, the Cardinals had the 33, and then they went down to 41. Titans got that, and I guess did the Cardinals moved up in the third round of 72, and the Titans slid back to 81. And then on top of that, next year, the Cardinals get a 3rd round pick. So all they really did was lose position in one place, gain a little in the other, which is nominal. And then they've got a 3rd round pick next year. So it's really all about the 3rd round pick next year.
Well, and the 3rd round pick that they pick up this year, it's 9 picks. Now, to you and I, normal people, that's nominal. To the people who obsess over their opportunities.
Speak for yourself, Peon.
Okay, well, you just said it was nominal.
I'm not normal people.
It's okay, but you're normal relative to these scouts that do nothing but pour over player tape, data, stats, info. That's all they do.
You don't know what I do at night.
9 spots in the 3rd round doesn't mean anything to us because we're fans. We don't really know how badly they covet a guy. But to them, that was not nominal. I promise.
Keon likes to tear us down with his words.
A little bit.
Well, I just want us to like be accurate in how we're presenting the thing there. If you say something's nominal that's not really, then what are we doing?
So you're saying
a couple of positions is just,
to you, nothing. To them, quite a bit.
Yeah. But see, to everybody, nothing. Because as you watch what happens in last year's draft, the year before it, and the year before it, and we just got done talking about this, everything that happens from about this point forward is a crapshoot. Hit and miss. Now they may think they know what they're thinking. Oh, they may have done this research. They may have these numbers on this and then on that. In the end, you won't know until guys are in the building and they show you what they do or do not have. So for me, watching, I'm just like, yeah, it's a nominal situation.
That's what I'm saying. For us watching, that's not much. But to the teams, when you have a big board, there's a giant list of guys that you will draft and a group of people you will not draft. And the difference in those spots could be you getting one of the guys you'd like to draft instead of being stuck with somebody you didn't really want.
Big George, I just read the word trade off of Boogie's text. You might have texted me the details of the trade, but he got my attention with one word where you sort of lose me with 90 to 100. But thank you for that. I see all the details now. Hefty Lefty, he sent something to me on Twitter, and I think would have been brilliant. Because Irsay was trolling the internet saying, hey, guys, you think we should go ahead and draft Will Levis? He's just messing with people.
I understand that, but man,
he set the Colts world on fire today with that tweet. Then somebody, I guess, named Schlasser, their Twitter handle is urinating tree, says, here's who the Colts should pick. Round 1, Anthony Richardson. Round 2, Will Levis. Round 3, Hendon Hooker. Round 4, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Round 5, Clayton Tune. Round 6, Stenson Bennett. Round 7, Max Dugan. All quarterbacks.
Yes.
And he's like, one of them's got to work, right? He's not wrong.
The highest percentage of a hit rate is guys in the first round. It's 25%. After that, it's just a cliff that you've just jumped off of. So you're just drafting guys with the worst chance to be a quarterback with every round you're drafting. So no. Not one of those guys has to work out. Please.
Your Colts just traded with the Raiders.
Son of a bitch.
They moved down like 3 spots. I mean,
according to Keon, I should care.
Yeah, I didn't say that you should care. I said you as a fan, don't worry about it. But
again, it just feels hurtful. Just feels hurtful.
He just put you in your place. He just told you not to worry about it.
Just say.
Just a fact, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm nobody now.
Apologize.
It's a fact that I'm nobody.
Well, we're all nobody, really, when you think about it.
Well, see, I don't agree with that.
I don't feel like I'm nobody. I'm a somebody. Huh. Well, I need somebody to spin the wheel because we want to do the wheel of sports here before we talk about all the other football stuff. So go ahead, Keon, give it a tug.
Wrong.
Yeah,
Phrasing.
That came out very wrong.
Grab it, just spin it down. I did.
Tug it, Keon.
Yeah. So does anybody care? I'm going to give you a choice right now to say if you care or not, and we'll see if it actually matches the story. Keon, do you care?
Do I care? Sure.
Yeah. Ralph, do you care?
No.
Yeah, I don't care either. The CFL has signed broadcast deal in the United States on CBS, the CBS Sports Network.
Damn.
So I regret
caring.
Canadian football.
Horrible.
I mean, I'd rather watch Canadian football than any of the other leagues that we have, but that's only barely.
Disagree, but okay.
So I was going to ask that though: is Canadian football better or worse than XFL? Better and worse than USFL?
I like XFL. I thought the games were good. I'm looking forward to watching the playoff games this weekend. I thought they were pretty decent games.
I watched 2 XFL games. One was all right. The other one was horrible. And so now I'm not really big on the XFL. I think the Canadian Football League has like just different rules and
yeah, it's weird.
And a lot of the guys that have been trying to make it to the NFL and find themselves in the Canadian Football League, they've been doing that longer than the XFL. So I actually think that as far as the non-NFL professional football players, the Canadian Football League might have the better athletes at the moment.
I just can't get past the 55-yard line. So
yeah, it's
to me, right then, I think what we learned is Ralph is the kind of guy who enjoys like a 3rd grade band recital.
No,
because if he's watching XFL and saying, "Hey, it's pretty good," but he probably sat there during some choir concert for 2nd graders, you're doing green sleeves and going, "Well, this is pretty good. Yeah, this is nice."
I'm telling you, DC and Seattle are both pretty darn good teams. I mean, they actually play really good.
What are their
football.
names? What are their mascots?
Seattle Sea Dragons.
DC's the Defenders. And that was
Don't help him. I was trying to make a point, Keon.
And they play they do. They're 2 of the best teams. One's 9-1 and one's 7-3. They're playing in the North Championship tomorrow. It's going to be a great game. They're the 2 best teams in the XFL.
The North Championship?
They have division, North and South Championship. So you play a division championship. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you play the final next week. But I think it's going to be a good game. You should watch it. They've had some cool rule changes too.
Are one of the 600,000 people who watch that crap?
I am. I've been watching
in the country.
I've been watching it.
The entire United States of these Americas. Wow.
Yeah. It's okay.
The one of the bad games I watched did involve DC. They just killed I don't even remember who they were playing. But just some poor team just shouldn't have even gotten off the bus.
There was a couple of those.
I guess if Arizona had one, Arizona had one, I might take a peek just to see. But outside of that, I have no reason to care. I have no reason to care.
I'm telling you, watch a game.
No.
The rule changes alone are pretty neat. Watch a game.
Peer pressure never worked on me in high school. It's not going to work on me now. I ain't watching that.
Do it.
Same thing goes when everybody's like, soccer. No. Nope. I like myself. I like me more than that. Fighting Wampus says, I heard if you want to watch the Canadian Football League here in the States, you have to have one of these old tube televisions. That way the field fits on the screen properly.
That's fun.
So yeah, there's my reason.
They have a wider field. It's so weird.
20-yard end zone.
So let's I'm going to rewind back. So the field sounds like it's 110 yards because you said the middle is 55-yard line.
Yeah, and it has a 20-yard end zone. I know that. It has this really deep end zone with a pole right in the middle of it.
Like the NFL used to be back when they were showing games in black and white.
And I believe
guys getting crushed.
I believe it's 110 yards, and they only have 3 downs.
What?
So it's designed for passing. Yeah, you rarely see running. It's all about passing because basically it's first down, second down, and then you're punt if you don't get the first down.
Which makes it incredible that Warren Moon went there and won like 7 titles because
he just threw the ball every
that's
play.
The whole league. Yeah.
When does the CFL play? What time of year? Because I have no idea when it starts or when it ends.
I thought they played spring.
They
fall?
play for the Grey Cup. Is all I know.
Spring, summer, right? I think it's more of a summer league, isn't it?
I couldn't tell you
because they're not going to play in the winter because they'd be under snow.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
this story doesn't even have that. That's not CBS put this story out themselves, and they're like half-assedly like, "Well, we're going to have it."
It says this season starts June 8th.
Yeah, so it's a summer league.
All right,
ends October 28th. So
I will give it a try. I will give the CFL a try. I'm not saying I'm going to sit there and be a fan. I'm going to watch a game, see what it's like, probably hate it, never watch it again.
So you'll watch that crud, but you won't watch the XFL?
Yeah.
What's the difference? 2 ugly girls in a room, they're both ugly.
Neither of them are dating you, but that's not the point.
Well, that's right. They're not dating me, but you're going to get ready to dance with one of them.
Well, one of them is in this analogy.
I'm not talking about your wife. I've seen your wife. She's way over your head.
I know, isn't it right?
Yeah.
It's just so
in this analogy, Ralph is dating one of them. He's dating the XFL.
Yeah, you are dating an ugly girl there. Good point, Keon. Thank you. I'm exhausted.
Keon.
That one was going to get right by me.
I know it was. I was waiting.
I couldn't believe it did.
Keon ruined it for me.
Thank you.
It's kind of my thing.
Spin the wheel, Keon. Let's see what we got next. Hey, you ever heard of Marly Rivera? I guess she's on the ESPN. She's a baseball person. Does she look familiar right there? You ever see her during the baseball games?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Well, she got fired. Mostly because she called a lady an effing C word. And she did it.
Wow.
She did it right in front of Aaron Judge, who happened to be signing autographs for children.
Oh, no.
Called her a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Anyway, so
Just
here's what happened.
You fluffy cat.
There was this other sports reporter named of Yvonne Gate, and she was going over to Aaron Judge saying, "Hey, can I get a couple words with you?" And Marly Rivera is like, "Hey, ESPN here. We have the exclusive." And the other lady sort of just kind of ignored her. Somebody said something in Spanish, so they started kind of going a little bit. And the other lady just kind of ignored her and says, "Whatever, you're a jerk." And then that's when she called her an effing C. And then
really to just disprove that she's a jerk, you know?
Yeah. And so she was kind of she was all mad. She could tell she had Karen face on is what was going on there.
Face.
Well, here's where some things went wrong. Well, when ESPN finds out she used that kind of language, right in earshot of a superstar who is signing autographs for children. Here's another piece of the information that's going to just kill you. Yvonne Gates, she's not just a freelance sports reporter. She's also the wife of Major League Baseball Vice President of Communications, John Blundell.
So maybe don't call her certain profanities. Maybe
apology
don't do that.
Was not accepted, and Marly's been fired.
Well, she learned how to communicate from her husband, so that's good.
The only thing I'll say about this, if it hadn't been a woman saying this, would we have ever heard about this?
I don't know.
You know, I don't know. Well, men.
I think you would have.
I think here's what happened. Men in that situation, don't get all like, They'll say something in passing, mutter it like, "You son of a bitch," or they'll just push them out of the way with an elbow or something. It would be more of a kind of a, yeah. But boy, Marly Rivera, she went off and she got fired.
If a man would have said it, I think it would have came out even worse, right? I mean, they'd be calling him a sexist and everything else.
Well, no, okay, a man wouldn't talk that way, you would presume, to another woman. I'm saying if this was two men, both parties involved.
Okay.
They would have just been served elbows a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been no big deal.
But if a man had been standing there for ESPN and Yvonne Gate was up there, "Hey, he would have said, 'Oh, excuse me. Hey, listen, you can't do that.'" I don't think they would have sworn at her like that. I don't know this. I think here's the thing. I think a lot of other women reporters wouldn't have acted like Marly Rivera, right? Marly Rivera, she blew it. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
But I do wonder though, if a man had called another guy son of a bitch or whatever, would this be such a big deal?
I don't know, because I think the sticking point here is that it's children. Yeah. And if another guy had said that to a guy whose wife, not necessarily those exact words, but something where his wife is the head of the baseball communications, I'm pretty sure your career is over either way, because it's a matter of who you happen to be talking to and you didn't know, and there are kids right there.
How they might
and then those poor kids, the kid's gonna look up and say, "Daddy, what's an effing C?" Ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
Ask your mother.
Yeah, and by the way, you work for ESPN, you're working for Disney, so that's not exactly going to go well.
Oh, that's a good point too. All the way around. So, yeah. Well, Marly Rivera, I'm sure she'll find something. I don't know.
She'll be in politics.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going to leave it there because I just gave Cabana a hard time about that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Perfect. All right. So this commercial break came to us from Keon pushing this button.
At Taco Bell, we like to keep mornings simple because before 11 a.m., you're not down for whatever.
No.
You're not interested in trying new things.
No.
You want a breakfast that's toned down and delicious, like the Breakfast Crunch Wrap with fluffy eggs, sausage, melty cheese, and a crispy hash brown and a grilled tortilla.
I want to eat that.
See? You may not be a morning person, but it's morning, and you're a person. Taco Bell breakfast, served until 11 a.m. At participating Taco Bell stores during breakfast hours only while supplies last.
Scott for Scott's here. You ever want to grow new grass faster? Kind of like when you press the 2 times playback button on your podcast so you can speed through episodes. Except it's Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass. You're speeding your way from a thin and damaged lawn to a thicker, stronger one in just weeks. Bit too fast, maybe slow it down. Okay. Let's just go back to normal speed.
Get a bag of Scott's Turf Builder Rapid Grass today. It grows grass 2 times faster than seed alone when applied at the new lawn rate, subject to proper care.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
With LifeWell, help is here. We offer mental health and addiction treatment focused on adults with financial need. Learn about recovery and whole person health at lifewell.us and find an inspiring career to become part of our team. We're hiring psychiatrists, therapists, case managers, clinicians, and more. Start a career of hope, health, and healing. Visit lifewell.us. This message is sponsored by LifeWell and a Virginia G. Piper Charitable Trust COVID Response Grant.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey, Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
Welcome back to the quickest podcast ever, brought to you by Kohl's.
Today's topic, Mother's Day.
If our moms taught us anything, it's how to find a great deal.
So true. That's why I hit up Kohl's Friends and Family Sale. I saved 20% on gifts for my mom, like a pair of PJs. Plus, I got Nike sneakers and her favorite Sephora finds.
She's one lucky lady.
She deserves the world. Hopefully, these gifts are the next best thing.
Great gifts and great savings. Your mom will be so proud.
Select styles. Offer ends April 30th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
1580, The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580. The Fanatic. Watermelon has a question about the Canadian Football League. Says, is there a field metric or standard measurement?
It's yards. I mean, so
well, that's a good point because yards is American measurements. So yeah, I guess they're not using the metric system then.
No, because even though it is their own very, very individual brand of football, they are still playing a sport that was invented here.
And they've completely boffed it up. You know, it's a mess up there. Big George has a question for the Southwest Regional Man Card Commissioner, me. Does Kevin in that Culligan water commercial you guys are running, who complains about having to lift those soft water, the soft water salt bags, deserve a man card violation for asking the Culligan man to do it? Yes. Honestly, I wouldn't want that, because here's the thing: you go down to Fry's, you buy a bag of the Mortons, and it's like $5. You do that crap with Culligan, I have a feeling there's going to be some service charges, and that salt's going to be like $20 a bag. So I'm just saying, guys, pro tip: don't do that. 888-368-1580. Against the Spread says, get out the brooms because it's going to be the Suns in 4. Stop. No. Why would you do that?
Jinx them.
And well, I mean, I don't believe in jinxes, but my thing is that's not going to happen. So I mean, that's a really good basketball team that they have over there in Denver. Just
Against the Spread is
sweeping
the smartest better we know. So when I see that, it gives me pause. But let's read the rest of his text. Denver can't protect the rim, and the Clippers, well, they made us better. T-Wolves made Denver worse. I want to see DA dunk in Eurotrash's face, go after his uncircumcised punk ass in the series. What the hell?
Again, we have used the word uncircumcised as an insult a lot in the last 2 days, and I'm trying to figure out when did this start?
It's just a personal choice. I mean, just
it is, but how would you know?
Yeah,
you can't use it as an insult because that will require that you know what that person's junk looks like, and
I
how
think
would you know?
Against the spread is just assuming by what his face looks like. And maybe that's what it is.
And even if it is, it wasn't his choice.
Yeah, none of us got a choice in the matter. None of us.
Just either you had it or you didn't.
I'll be honest. If I had a bulbous sweater on my dangle, I'm not getting it cut off now, even if I thought it was a good idea. I just don't need that. Against spread says we might have to get them 4-piece nuggets after the series, fellas. Against the spread, I'm surprised at you for having such an emotional take. A lot of the times you come out and you're going after the betting line, and you're very well. Are the Suns your blind spot against the spread, or have you had a lot of success betting them so far?
He didn't say to bet them, mind you.
So there was no betting information in there.
Exactly. So I think that against the spread is just saying, I'm keeping my fandom and my betting advice separate. Here's the fandom.
Boogie says, if NASA wants to find water on Mars, they should just send me there with a golf ball. That's a sad story, Boogie. 888-368-1580. Hey, let's finish. Let's spin some more. Wait, no, this just in from somebody 909. I believe that is a new. Is that a new texter? By the way, who the hell are you? Because you texted in yesterday, and I didn't know who you were. It says Suns and 5 suck at Ralph. All right, so 9009. Who be ya? And thanks for listening to the Daily Blender.
He's right. Cook. I mean, he's right.
But suck at Ralph?
No, he's right. The Suns in 5. That's not him. They're going to lose in 5. He's right.
Oh, Ralph.
Come on. 5 games.
If they lose, it won't be in 5.
I think
I'll even give you if
here we go.
I'll give you the possibility. If they lose, it's not going to be in 5 games. But if they win, I also don't believe it'll be 5 games.
If they don't get one in Denver in the first 2 games, they're done in 5.
Well, I said if the Warriors didn't win one of the first 2 games with the Kings, they'd be done. And here we are.
You can't compare a champion with the Suns. So if the Suns don't get it,
you're just be glad you're not in the room. I would throw something at you right now for that. That's rude. That is just rudeness for rude's sake.
Truth is rude. I'm sorry.
Kiss the Cook says, turtleneck sweaters. King Kenton says, circumcision is not a personal choice. It's a parental choice. No, I know. I'm just saying, but it can be a personal choice if you're uncircumcised, because but then I feel like it's always best to do that sort of thing when you can't remember it. Like when I had my colonoscopy, I had them check my prostate because I didn't want to remember that. And I'm going to go get another colonoscopy just so I don't have to remember another prostate check. I'll get a colonoscopy just to get the free prostate check.
I mean,
and not remember it.
Why not?
That's not
I won't get away with this forever. As I get older, it's going to be like, no, you had a colonoscopy last year. Please give me a colonoscopy. No, snap goes the glove.
The Saints pick is in, which means the Cardinals back on the clock.
All right, so keep me informed when that goes down. Rico Suave says Suns will win the 2 first games. Enough said. I wish I had your confidence, Rico. I do.
Or your alcohol.
Lost Toby says it'll be the Grizzlies in 7. I like your thinking. And Kiss the Cook calls you Sir Romano. Like you're the knight. You're a knight.
I am a knight.
You used your last name. That makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. He's looking me up.
He's watching you. He's watching you
Scary.
On the YouTube. Hey. Let's take a look at some of the people who have gone in this draft so far. Excuse me.
Love Seattle's pick.
Let's go to that. Derek Hall, he's an edge rusher out of Auburn, and he's the beast, man.
That dude is a beast. Man, Seattle's just killing it right now. Their first 3 picks, just really good.
Yeah, must be nice to have 3 picks to my 1 right now.
3 picks to your 1 project. Not bad.
My project, I believe if anybody can make that project work, it's the Colts. And yeah, I don't want to see him until next year. But you're right when you said he'll probably be seeing him halfway through the season, if not sooner.
I hope not.
And there's a way to do it. Like you said, like Jalen Hurts was allowed to play through the bad part of his development.
Well,
and they used his running ability
doing that too, though.
Yeah, but he's a big, strong guy who can take it. And that's Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt really in that stretch of time either. And Anthony Richardson is even bigger than Jalen Hurts is. So I don't know how worried I would be. And you just use that running ability and pair that with the fact that you've got Jonathan Taylor, and you might have a running game that might be impossible to defend. And then Anthony Richardson is throwing the ball where? Wide open people, because you've got to bring somebody extra to stop the run.
But the guy you got starting might be good enough. I mean, he might be the perfect fit for that offense.
Maybe.
And you don't even think about Richardson for 2-3 years.
That'd be nice.
Just depends on how they choose to do it.
Yeah. Gardner Minshew is fun, but I'm not convinced enough that I think he's going to get us to any kind of playoff situation.
I mean, you give him receivers and a running back, you never know.
Well, we've got a running back.
Yep.
Don't know about the receivers though.
You'll get him.
So the Raiders, they got Michael Mayer, the tight end out of Notre Dame. So they're kind of quietly having a nice draft over there, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing so bad. Just kind of looking down the list here. Just Jonathan Mingo, they picked him up, the wide receiver out of Mississippi. That goes to the Carolina Panthers. So they got the a short quarterback, but they got a 6'2" wide receiver, 220. Does that mean
Mingo's
he's ripped? Is he just ripped?
Yes.
Holy God, that's like DK Metcalf style.
He's. I mean, I don't think anyone's DK, but he's a big, strong, solid dude.
Quentin Johnson's more DK than him.
Lost Toby says, breaking news, Kyler Murray traded to the Athletics. Okay, stop it. Just stop it.
For a ball.
Yeah. Tackling dummy, maybe a couple balls. Average Joe says the Cards should draft Branch since Buddha wants out or to be top paid again. Well, maybe that is going to be something they're looking at. Still don't have word on what that is yet. Let us know. Blissel Hayes says, happy Friday, Blender and Fourth Dimension. Will the Suns game tomorrow be broadcast in Bally Sports? Yes. None of that change for the Suns is going to take place until next season. So it should still be on the Bally's unless the Bally people have a baby and, tantrum out on it. Mr. Pink Eye says, any update on how Keon's mock draft went? That's a good question. He's been skillfully avoiding because he doesn't want to.
No, I haven't been.
His was better than Raven Kid. That's all that really
I was looking at the internet. Mine was better than most. I had players at least going in the ranges I thought they'd go in. So no, I wasn't avoiding it. It didn't seem all that interesting because nobody had a good mock draft after basically
too many trades.
The Texans traded back up in. Yeah. So, I mean, after the fourth one, that was the last one I had solidly there, but I can go through the break and kind of see if I landed anything else.
Yeah. Take a peek. I mean, even if you had two right, it was more than Raven Kid, and Raven Kid is smart. He knows what he's talking about with stuff. So that's not a dig on him.
Maybe.
But I did get the Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richardson part of the draft correct.
All right. Well, there's 3 then. 3 points.
So, but nothing that happened below that went the way that I thought it was going to go, as per usual.
Let's see. 9009 says, Keon, how do you know how big and solid that receiver is? He watches a lot of college football, dude.
As a person,
I know what you're trying to allude to.
But
you filthy filth. You filthy filth. That's your texture nickname, filthy filth. Can I put that in?
I mean, you can, but if
I'm
that's
not asking you, I'm asking 9009.
If that's the first place your mind went, that's what you're thinking about, man.
I think that's a good texture nickname, filthy filth.
Filthy filth.
Yeah, I want to call 9009 filthy filth. Let me know. It's your nickname. I'm gonna go ahead and do it within reason what you want. Sure. But why is this taking so damn long on the Cardinals? You think they'd have had this crap figured out by now?
I mean, the pick is in. It's just a matter of what's taking the commissioner so long to get to the podium.
He might be still drunk.
Yeah,
that's a guess.
Yeah, I mean, he was going full Rob Manfred yesterday. It was unbelievable.
Lost Toby says, not finishing that is disrespectful to the raccoon. What? Who's eating raccoon? Against the Spread says, you guys have been conditioned to think negatively about the Suns because of history. I have a bet for you guys. If the Suns sweep the Nuggets, you guys buy McDonald's chicken nuggets for all the students that attend the school I work for.
I don't
if
make
the
enough
Suns
money.
Don't sweep the Nuggets. I'll deliver pizza to the studio.
I'm not conditioned to think negatively about the Suns. I'm not from here, and I think the Suns are going to win the series. I just don't think it's a sweep.
Against the Spread, before I agree to such bet, how many students would we have to buy nuggets for? If it's like 2,000, the answer is no.
I make a good living, but I'm not rich against the Spread. I don't have.
All right, so the name has come down. Defensive end BJ Ojulari. The jewelry.
Ojulari.
BJ Ojulari has been drafted by the Arizona Cardinals.
Unfortunate first name.
Yeah. All the way around, there's a lot to work on right there, man. All right, that's 2 hours down and 1 to go. Come on back, kids. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I get real cash back just for buying the gas I was going to buy anyway.
But is it a hassle to use?
No, it's super fast and easy, and I can cash out whenever I want.
That's a total no-brainer. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HEAT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code HEAT. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HEAT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HEAT.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Got the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out in 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel-size body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM
and K240 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down because it's time.
For what? Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy. Yeah, turn it down. I can't be loud. Just coughing fit right there. My voice is gone. The draft show last night was fun,
Oh my God.
but it took a toll on my already scorched throat. So I haven't had a show like this since before I had the operation on my nose. I had all those nasal infections and stuff. But all right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside not Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar. Keon Rose is in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And I need a drink. So tell us about the guy that the Cardinals just drafted there, Keon.
Yeah, he's an awesome football player, linebacker out of LSU. And he's got a ton of experience. He's, very well coached, knows what he's doing, already kind of has an NFL repertoire of moves, especially just knowing where to use your hands and how to do that to beat beat tackles and offensive linemen and just basically get to the quarterback. I think his only downside really is that he needs to hit the weight room. But honestly, outside of that, no weaknesses there as far as I'm concerned.
All right, so the Colts are on the clock. Let's see if they trade again. I'm getting kind of tired of that crap. I'd like to see somebody show up. Let's go to the text line here and get caught up. Mr. Pringle says, "No, Randy, did he finally get drafted? No, he's playing coy. He was up again to be drafted by the NFL, but he did that thing. He didn't show up in the draft green room. He just went off somewhere, like kind of try to hard to get. He's playing hard to get." Against the spread before the top of the hour had challenged us to a bet. And he said, if the Suns sweep the Nuggets, you guys buy McDonald's chicken nuggets for all the students that attend the school I work at. If the Suns don't sweep, I'll deliver a pizza to the studio for you, which is fine. But then I asked the question, how many students? He says, great question, Jeffrey. 125.
No. I'm sorry. No,
that's still financially.
So one nugget per kid.
Ever the consummate better against the spread has gotten the line to work in his favor, because if he loses, all he has to do is buy three people some pizza.
That's a lot of juice. That's a lot of juice.
Isn't it a little bit? Isn't it a little bit?
125. Even if we did Ralph's idea, one nugget per kid, it's still unbalanced. It's still not good.
What are they? 10-piece chicken? They can get a 20-piece box. So you can get 6-7 boxes of chicken.
Still more money than a pizza. And I don't think the kids are going to be happy with
you
one
should
nugget.
Bring pizza in 2 times in 1 week, Monday and Friday.
And here's what I'll really do. I'll bring a big old thing of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and somebody's going to die.
Hey, you with the peanut allergy, come here.
And I'll just open the box and some kid over in the corner is like,
because it's not about Phoenix Suns negativity. I don't have any, because like I said, I am now moving here, so I don't have years and years of people being negative about the Suns around me.
Wait, I just know just now moving here.
I mean, in the grand scheme of the Suns and their
you
existence.
never thought about them because they never were relevant.
Well, actually, no. When I was
shut up, Ralph.
When I was a kid,
it's not true.
The Suns were my second favorite team. I loved those Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire Suns. Those teams were just fun to watch constantly.
Fun to watch them.
But the thing is, I just didn't grow up with the Suns fan base around me. They're very negative, as I've learned moving out here.
Yeah.
And I've lived in some negative fan base areas. But not as negative as folks are about the Suns. Even when the Suns are good, people don't want to like the Suns. I don't get that. But I just think the Nuggets are damn good. That's all. That's why I don't think you can sweep
anybody complaining about the Suns.
No.
What?
No. Like, I remember one show. I think it was the show that me and Ralph did without you and Randy. The one show that we did, and we just questioned some of the decisions that Monty made, and then everyone was like, "Fire him." Which I just yes, there was a more than 5 or 6 texts.
These kids don't try that when I'm home. You guys are.
I'm glad.
Wait till Daddy gets home.
I didn't have the authority to put my foot down. I guess I don't know.
Watermelon says, "Hey, in the untie when it says let's go, is that Tone Loc? Untie? You mean the intro?
Yeah.
Yes, that is Tone Loc. You are correct, Watermelon. Thank you. Okay. Average Joe says Card should draft Branch since Buddha wants out. And he says, oh, and who's the grandson of a Nigerian prince? What are you talking about, Average Joe?
What? Are you talking about Ojulari?
Probably.
Is that the joke BJ made there? I don't quite.
How do you know he's Nigerian? Boogie says 125 kids. Come on,
name,
Jeffrey,
so.
that's doable. How much if I gave each kid a 6? Somebody look up on the
You'd have to
McDonald's app.
Go to the dollar menu and get them a little 4-pack.
Even then, it's not.
It's $125.
I'm not complaining against putting a couple $100 in and buying kids a bunch of chicken nuggets. And by the way, healthy choice. Well done. I'm just saying it's not really a fair, balanced bet against the spread. If anything, it should go the other way around. You know what I'm saying? If you no, sorry. Big George says, wait, Keon is just now moving to Arizona after being on the show for like 2 years. Well, what do you still have left to move?
I mean, in the grand scheme of the history of the Suns fan base, I am not explaining this again.
Do you have a driver's license here yet?
Yes, I do.
Well, you moved here then.
Okay.
Probably should register your car though.
I'm trying.
You still haven't registered your car?
I have a thing going on
There's
with.
a thing.
Yeah. Why did you tell the world that?
I mean, you know.
Sorry.
That wasn't information I wanted everyone to know. I'm going through a thing yet. I bought my car. The title to my car. They didn't give it to me. So now I'm trying to get.
You probably should have just hit dump.
So it was a stolen car, right?
So I'm trying to get the title from the Tennessee State Office, and it's holding up the registration of my car.
Yeah,
it's hard. Yeah,
I'm not feeling well. I apologize. King of Kittens says, he says, my doctor says they don't really do the finger prostate check. It's all in the blood test now. I left that visit feeling sad and unloved.
I'd like to know where that doctor is, because the doctor that I talked to had a wide ass right hand.
I am looking forward to that blood test if that's a true statement.
Yeah. Oh man.
Does anybody know about that? I want to go to that doctor.
Me too.
Lost Toby says Keon is only rich in character and depressing fan base memories.
Well, only some fan base memories, you guys.
Yeah, the Nationals did something once.
Yeah, 2019, and then the Caps in 2018. I'm okay. Yeah. As far as championships in the last 5-6 years of my life, I'm all right. I'm hanging in there.
I wonder how many police officers listening to this show are going to be waiting out there on Rain Tree later.
I have no idea.
That guy with the stolen car right there.
It's okay. It's okay, officers. I'm taking an Uber.
I'll bail you out. I'll get you. Sorry,
what kind of car is it?
Me. I mean, you did this to me though a couple weeks ago when you talked about my truck.
I simply mentioned the color. You were the one.
Still,
you're not going to get arrested because of that.
You should be, but
what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with that.
Still an accident. I am sorry about that too.
Average Joe says that BJ is actually Nigerian.
Yes.
Okay.
Ojulari is a Nigerian name. His brother's in the league as well.
Pink Eye says Jeffrey snitching on Keon. I did not mean to. I do apologize. I just
because sometimes we just chat about it.
Exhausted.
You're very, very comfortable on the air sometimes.
I actually say that to him every now and then for 2 years. Hefty Lefty says a state government organization being slow at getting you paperwork. Who'd have thought?
Oh,
but
especially in Tennessee, they make you do the snail mail. It's insufferable. You can't just email.
It's not Keon's fault.
You can't just email somebody and just be like, "Can you send this to me?" Anyway,
Kiss the Cook says blood test. I'll take that one any day over that whole scratch and sniff thing they do. Nurse Scratch It says most doctors will do both exam and lab work.
Oh, so
perfect.
So it's not one or the other then.
You get a double poke.
Do they get paid more for that thing? Do they get paid more for the cleaning out the peanut butter jar move?
Oh my God.
That's why I always imagine. I've never had it, so I've always envisioned it's like cleaning out. No, it's just like I don't know how they do it. I know how they do it. I just don't know how it is.
It's not pleasant.
Is it quick?
It feels like it's a year.
Is there music playing?
There might as well be, and there should be flowers because it's horrendous.
So they go in there and they're like, kind of like That's not it. That's not it.
I just remember looking at his hand going, man, you have a big hand. And it was really wide. It was like,
I did appreciate about the doctor that I did go to for the colonoscopy. He had very thin, frail hands,
Yeah, but he ain't putting his hand up there. He's just sticking a tube up there.
I'm just saying in case it was ever necessary,
Yeah, I mean, it's not pleasant.
All right. No, now I'm really going to work on that blood test. Cardinal Art says Keon teams have more championships in the whole state of Arizona. Professional teams combined. Just saying.
Well, not if you count the Rattlers.
It might be true. And in my fandom, the only happiness I have is Arizona Diamondbacks when they beat the Yankees in 2001, and then my Colts. Because I'm a Suns fan. And I'm a Coyotes fan if I care about hockey. So, I'm not doing much better. I'm not doing much better.
That's very sad.
Yeah. Keon does better than everybody who is on the show, who really, we want on the show. 888-368-1580.
Does it hurt your feelings? I mean, come on.
It hurt. What was hurting my feelings?
All the championship trophies that I have with my teams, does that hurt you?
No, because I just can't think that far in the past. So it's
you can't think last year, or
you live in the past and in a bubble. The rest of us are out here in reality, in the here and now. Hefty Lefty says bonuses must be paid by the finger. Ooh, yeah.
Yikes.
Against the spread says, come on, Jeffrey, Ralph, Keon, stop changing me like Kyler Murray. Oh, stop shortchanging me like Kyler Murray. They have buy one 4-piece nuggets and get a 1 4-piece for $1, and the Suns are 9-1 odds to sweep the Nuggets. If you do the math, it's a fair bet.
Against the spread, when I make rent, there's not a whole lot going on after that. I can't feed a school of kids.
Yeah, as if you were going to chip in. Come on now. I'm going to look up McDonald's menu and look at this. And
it doesn't matter. I mean, they're not going to win.
Well, I just want to look at it.
I think they will win.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah.
Well, isn't the bet that they have to sweep?
Hold on, here we go.
Yeah, but look, no. Here's the thing. I'm a risk averse person. If Nikola Jokic steps on a Lego and rolls his ankle tomorrow, I'm not going to be on the hook for. I said they were going to sweep, and I didn't, and somebody gets hurt or something like that and changes the entire thing of the series. Well, I've already made the bet, so no, I'm just not going to make the bet. And when I have the money, it's a safe bet. I can make it, but I don't, and I don't want to find out what happens if.
All right, so let me give you the math. It is $1.89, and so that is 47 cents per nugget. If you want to get that down with it, so let's just round up for taxes to say $2 per kid. So that basically means we have to spend $250 on the nugs, and you have to spend $20 on a pizza. Do you see why I have a problem with this bet?
It's a little off, yeah.
It's very off.
It's a bit much. Lost Toby says, pro tip, eat Taco Bell right before. I don't want to make it worse for anybody than it needs to be. And I'm not going to do it that way. I'm colonoscopying it. Watermelon says, Jeffrey, after you get it done, girls are lying when they, okay, stop.
Can only imagine.
Kiss the Cook says, I told you before, my last colonoscopy, I had to send my proctologist his ring back. But
jeez.
Pink Eye says, I guess now Jeffrey's going to have to buy Keon a bus pass
to get all the way here from.
I think I might have to at least give him the money for the temporary permit. Boogie says, Keon, can we buy you some ramen noodles then? Lost Toby said, wait, what if we bought the ramen noodle packages for the kids? 125 ramen noodle packages. That's got to be like $5.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like 50 cents a pack, whatever.
Klaus Toby says Jeffrey can't make that bet. He's got to bail out Keon now. No, that's probably fair. Yeah, that's probably. I do. If it is a direct result of me blurting things out, yeah, it should be on me. You can edit that out of the out of the podcast if you want.
If I can remember where it happened.
888-368-1580. And let's see what anything happened in the. Look, my Colts got a cornerback from K-State. I believe that's Kansas State. Julius Brents. How happy should I be about this, Keon? I don't know that I feel that happy about a guy from K-State.
Well, no, I mean, look, K-State actually played really good football the last couple of years. So I don't necessarily think that's necessarily a problem. He's the corner that I think that a lot of people thought would be going earlier in the draft, just from this perspective of he's tall. He's like the Richard Sherman type of like tall guy, long arms, can really just make life miserable for receivers because he can just cover them.
Would you have taken Julius Brents when Brian Branch was still there and about to be scooped up by the Lions?
No, because I think Brian Branch is a much better player.
I don't know what the hell this was about, but again, it's crapshoot. They know things we don't, and who knows how it's going to turn out anyway. You're on the clock, Keon. What are you hoping for here? What are you hoping for here? The tight end, quarterback, linebacker? What do you want?
Yeah, I think we need more help at linebacker. They're just not very deep at that position. Got some signs of life out of Jamin Davis, who they drafted a few years ago, but he was so raw and kind of unreliable because he just didn't know how to play the game. Well, he knows how to play the game now, but he needs some help out there. And I think that in terms of stopping the run, that's someplace that Washington really struggled. And I don't know if you've noticed about the division, but they run the ball in the NFC East. Might want to figure out how to stop some of those guys.
Twidio says, Jeffrey, you said you got into radio because you wouldn't have to do math. Look at you now. Well, first off, that was Randy who said that. Second, no, I don't care to do math either. But third, who else on this show is going to do math? So somebody had to do the math. I did the math. And Hefty says, come on, Jeffrey, splurge a little bit. Give the kids some shin ramen. What is shin ramen?
It's the fancy ramen. It's you get at, and it's
not plastic.
It's not plastic. And the way that they have it sort of flavored, it feels more like you're actually eating soup and not just like you poured salt in water.
Fancy ramen is like saying, where do you keep the good paper plates? It just doesn't really ring true there. 888-368.
I'm just telling you, it tastes way better, but also it costs way more.
So Deadpool bought a soccer team. Him and the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia bought a soccer team. Well, now he's trying to buy a Ottawa Senators team. He's trying to buy the Ottawa Senators and $1 billion. Are the Ottawa Senators any good?
Oh, I don't know.
No, they're not.
So that's why he's getting a deal. And where did Ryan Reynolds get all this money? I mean, he bought a cable company. I'm sorry, a cell phone company, and sold that for like $1 billion. He bought a soccer team. This is horrible. I'm dying here. I know. He bought a soccer team, and now they got promoted up. Everything this guy touches is like it turns into gold. He has sold his soul to some
except for the one superhero movie I want it to be good. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily
he sold his soul after Green Lantern.
Oh man, well, great timing, Reynolds. I think that with the Senators, I think that you could probably get some return on the investment there. I think that's one of the things that's pushing him to do this. Is a lot of people are realizing, don't go for NFL teams because, I mean, the amount of money it costs, you need like 5 or 6 other people worth billions just to be able to buy the team. So, low level soccer team, buy that, because if you can get that to be promoted, you can get that, put the money into the players, into the facilities, and you can get them to be at a higher level. You've just made money. And I think that if you can try and do a similar thing with a hockey team that's, as Ralph said, not very good, then you might be able to get a return there.
So now, not only have I done math on the show, I've now just checked the exchange rate, and $1 billion in Canadian money is 730 million of American money. So really, it's even cheaper than that. And I think Ryan Reynolds probably has a net worth of $350 million plus whatever he's got into the mobile company. I believe he can leverage this into being a majority owner of that hockey team. So
probably. And look, if they get to,
I didn't do all this damn math just to get.
Oh, you're getting.
Why, you just don't like Ryan Reynolds?
Not a big fan.
Your wife is, though, isn't she?
I have no.
Yeah, I was the same way about Aaron Rodgers back in the day. I know your pain, man. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, let's talk some more football and see what's going on. The Washington Commandos are about to pick somebody. Whatever. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry's starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code TRUST at checkout. That's harrys.com, code TRUST. Enjoy.
When you run a business, you need to be in control. And while you can't control everything that happens in the world of business, you can definitely take control of your utility expenses with the help of Harmon Solar. Give them a call and see how your company can save up to 80% on that monthly electric bill with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Harmon Solar is a local family-owned company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Greg Clark Automotive trained and certified technicians, servicing the Valley for 45 years. Located on the southwest corner of Bethany Home and 19th Avenue. Highly rated by Google. Any of their foreign, domestic, or diesel work repairs come with a digital inspection, customer approval, and warranty, 2 years or 24,000 miles. State-of-the-art service, family touch. Contact us today at 602-246-2881 or online at gregclarkautomotive.com. Mention 1580 and get 10% off.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Get the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out in 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel size body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
The Suns are moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Can they stand up to the Denver Nuggets' suffocating defense? Will Booker continue to lead the way for the Suns? Who will be the surprising player off the bench for the Valley's team? When it comes to Suns playoff basketball, we are your source for all the info, insight, and breaking news. Live and local for the Valley. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic. And always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. I don't even know if I have a half hour of voice left. Yeah. Why am I even here? I ask myself that quite a bit. 888-368-1580. Lost Toby says, just got hit with Sir at Walgreens. My ego is hurt. How old are you, Lost Toby, that somebody calling you Sir makes you feel bad, makes you feel old? You know, that's never really bothered me. I just always have a pretty appropriate idea of how old I am. You know, the only time I get weird looks is when I show up with my wife. That has been times where people are like, what is he doing with that person? And that could be, that dude must be rich. That dude, you know, what's that? Or what?
I can't say it, but.
Oh, yeah, down to my ankle. So, I mean, listen, yeah, either way, I look bad and good all at the same time, depending on who you're talking to. Lost Toby says he's 31. That's about the time you first get your first Sir, right?
That's a Sir.
You've been Sir'd yet, Keon?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did it hurt?
Enough times. I mean, the first time, yeah.
Really?
Why does it hurt? It's a respect.
I don't get it.
It's a respect thing, but it's so the first time it happened, it was you know, one of the kids that I used to work with at my church, and he was a college age kid when I came back home to just sort of visit friends and family and stuff. And he hit me with the sir, and I realized he's in his 20s and he sees me as the adult here, which means that my dear days of youth and playfulness, it's just all come to an end. That was the last thing that had to go.
I guess for me, it's always been all right because even in my 20s, I was a cranky old man. And so it just never even occurred to me, any of that. I've told this story before. The time that it happened for me, they kind of got on my nerves is when I showed up to do a radio show, and this young girl who was part of it, she shows up and she's like, "Hey, how you been doing?" And I just made a joke. I says, "Oh, just trying to stay out of gangs." And she says, "Wow." She said, "I don't think a middle-aged man is going to be somebody that recruit into a gang." I said, "I was 30. I was like, middle-aged?"
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, actually, I was 27. Middle-aged? How? When do you think I'm dying? So that kind of bothered me a little bit to be called middle-aged before my time, but sir, don't bother me. Lost Toby says, "I don't mind it. I was flirting with the cashier when she hit me with the sir."
Yeah, she's trying to tell you that's enough.
Or she just is instructed to call everybody sir. So, did you feel like you were getting anywhere, Lost Toby? That's the question. If you were getting nowhere, the sir was, "Sir, please leave me alone."
Yeah.
Silly Wabbit says, "Jeffrey, you're so iconic. I'm sure you'll get a lifetime deal with Dr. Scholes." Oh, geez, that was from way earlier in the show. Sorry, Silly Wabbit, I missed your text. Also, I did not miss your text on purpose. Mars Bars 805. He said, "Happy Faded Friday, guys. I'm not sure what the topic is, but Kevin Garnett, Hall of Fame. I'll take an 805, please." And then he said, "Go Lakers." I mean, I'm not going to say that enthusiastically.
I've noticed, yeah.
If at all. Lost Toby says, "She started it. She was telling me about going swimming tomorrow and getting a new bathing suit." Did you get her number?
She didn't call you daddy, did she?
At that moment, Lost Toby.
Hopefully not at the register. That would be
no. You get the damn number. You get the damn number. If you can't get the number, I don't know what to tell you. A girl starts saying that stuff to you. Right? Am I wrong?
You're
Am I
wrong. You don't get the number.
Why do you mean you don't get the number?
How old was she?
Well, he's 31.
And what is she,
if she's
18?
working the register, no, she's working the register. She's got to be at least 19. You don't give that to somebody that young.
I mean, does he look like he has money? I'm going to guess no.
No.
I'm just guessing.
She might have been she might have been the same age for all you know. Lost Toby, we need more details.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, "If a child over the age of 5 holds the door open, I say, 'Thank you, sir.'" Oh, well, that's different. That's a different kind of thing. Beer Nut says, "Out of 32 NFL teams, it must really suck to be a Washington Communist fan who's, by the way, who's making these picks?" And then he laughs, "Ha ha ha." But here's the killer. Here's why. Go Cowboys, he says.
Okay. Well, I'm liking the draft so far for Washington, so I have no idea. Hey, the last time
Martin, safety for the Washington Commandos.
Yeah. By the way, you know who hasn't been to an NFC title game in the last 25 years? Both of us.
Who's
Just
us?
Cowboys and Commandos.
It's a weird brag.
It's not a weird brag. I'm saying
it's all you got.
Strange kind of flex.
It's not a flex at all. Listen, I already know my team stinks. Cowboys fans think they're good.
No, that's a good point.
It hurts him more than it hurts me. I'm not hurt at all. By the way, my owner's about to be better than yours.
You hope so. You don't know who that is yet.
I mean, it's looking like it's Josh Harris, but it's not going to be interfering with literally every draft Jerry Jones.
Can I tell you
Jerry
something?
Jones has single-handedly chased away the best coach you ever had and the GM, and he hasn't won a Super Bowl since.
Jerry Jones is the best owner on the planet. He's the worst GM. That's the difference. He's a great owner. He's a bad GM.
Great owner if what's your goal? If your goal is to make money, Jerry Jones is by far the best
Believe
owner.
me, that is his first goal.
If your goal is to win championships, no.
Lost Toby is now flexing. Says, "Yeah, my Versace sunglasses scream out I'm poor." I would have kept talking, but there's a line, and I'm not a fan of getting numbers of girls while they're working, on the first interaction. It's across the street, so I'll be back. Good man. Good man. We wish you luck, Lost Toby. I don't know how you work that to get those digits, but it sounds like she's willing to give up them digits.
I'd probably get rid of that metrosexual sunglass you're wearing, though.
What kind of sunglasses should he have?
I mean, if he's a man, he'd wear Ray-Bans or something like that, not Versace. I mean, that's
or just put.
You're just telling our age.
If
Ralph.
he's a trans model, no, but I mean, if you're a trans model, then wear that. But otherwise, I mean,
put the glasses on your face that you like on your face, man. That.
Show us a pic. Send me a picture, Lost Toby. I want to see what you look like with your sunglasses. I'll tell you if Ralph is right or wrong.
If they got little diamonds on them, you need to block them.
And guess what? Lost Toby. Lost Toby's he's making some time there with that gal. So something's got to be working.
Well, it depends.
I'm on your side, Lost Toby. I'm hoping. Rico Suave says, when people call you sir, it's because they're acknowledging your superiority.
No,
not always.
No. Not true.
Sometimes it's your superior age.
Tiger Paws says, she says, I think I got my first ma'am in my late 40s, early 50s. And finally, one guy asked me why you don't like being called ma'am. And I said, well, let me put it this way. How do you guys like being called pops? Really? Do you really
Pops.
equate that with that?
Who calls anybody pops?
So ma'am does make you feel older. Somebody called me pops, then yeah, I can see that, but I don't equate. Also, ma'am and sir are actually parallel. They're actually, as far as the English language goes, you call us yes, ma'am, no, sir, yes, sir, no, ma'am. And that's I don't know why you're equating that to pops.
You also got to your early 50s before someone hit you with the ma'am. That's
pretty good.
That's a good run.
Yeah. Well, we've met Tiger Paws. Tiger Paws is fine wine, if you know what I mean. 888-368-1580. Nurse Scratchit says, I always thank any man who holds the door open for me and says, sir. I say, thank you, sir. Yeah, nothing wrong with that, Nurse Scratchit. She's appreciative of the chivalry side. Twittiot says, Oakleys are good shades.
Yeah,
thank you, Twittiot.
Like
they're all right. I'm not a surfer, so I don't wear them. Cabana says the draft picks really don't matter because Wolfley was drafted around 40 picks before Emmitt Smith. It's a good point. No, that's not a bad point. Wolfley's a good guy, though. 888-368-1580. So the curious case of DeAndre Hopkins. Now, the word on the street is they're not going to trade him during the draft. I'm not sure if they're going to trade him after the draft. What will he do if they don't trade him? Is he going to sit out? Is he going to pout? I mean, what happens with him?
He doesn't want to it wasn't his idea to go. He didn't ask for a trade. He's sort of bracing himself for the inevitability of one because it's just the fact that the Cardinals situation with Kyler Murray not being able to play most of next season and DeAndre Hopkins having 1 year left on the deal on a team that's basically starting over. I mean, you have a new general manager in here. There are going to be people in here in this Cardinals program that have to go because they don't match what the new coach and new general manager want to do system-wise. So you're starting over. So that's kind of a lost year next year. And so instead of just having him lose the year for both parties where he can't help you go to a Super Bowl because you're not going to one, and you can't help him do anything contract-wise to get his next deal. It could be just a mutual thing where, you know what, if you want to go be a Buffalo Bill, if the Bills are willing to give us what we like in trade for you, let's get some assets back for you. Let's get something for DeAndre Hopkins instead of, he has a year that can't really help the Cardinals, and then he's a free agent the year after, and you get nothing.
Well, speaking of Mossy Awesome Fart, that whole tampering thing was kind of a bizarre turn yesterday. And I don't know what's weirder. A guy who should know better, Monty Awesome Fart, should know better on that sort of thing. It's pretty clear to most everyone else. And he's been around football long enough where you can't say, oopsie, first day on the job, sort of mistake. But it was almost like that, a first day on the job sort of mistake. And he came out and said, hey, I made a mistake. I own that. It's a situation we were able to resolve. I've apologized to Michael Bidwell and our staff. The deal we worked out. It is what it is, and we're moving forward. All right, I guess, but that's still a bit concerning that a guy who should know better went ahead and still violated that rule. But also maybe more concerning is how the NFL handled stuff. Cardinals gave the Eagles the 66th pick in this year's draft and got the 94th pick back, along with a 2024 fifth round pick. That's just a weird way of doing this.
I agree.
And it's going to be a weird way of handling. If this is the way it's handled every time, this is going to get crazy.
I mean, I don't know how crazy it may necessarily get. I feel like
people are going to be violating left and right, man.
Well,
because this ain't a big deal. It was a slap on the wrist and a weird slap on the wrist.
Correctly a slap on the wrist, which is my personal belief that this happens more often than the NFL wants to get out there. And he was basically just in a position where he was going to get caught. So let's just get it out there, get it over with. Let's go through the process. Okay, punishment, slap on the wrist, and we're done. Because he's not the only one. He's just the one who is about to get caught.
Well, you know what? I expect my new GM to not get caught.
Well, if no one's out here getting caught and you get caught, I expect you to not get caught too. But here we are.
So the Cardinals are getting high marks for all these moves they keep making in this draft. People are even saying they're running this draft. I don't know if I'd go that far, but maybe Monty Awesome Fart is making up for his missteps with this.
I mean, there are a lot of people who believe the Texans just way overpaid to get back to that third pick. Like the first rounder from next year, knowing that your team is still in a rebuild, the Texans have one of the emptiest rosters in football. Why don't you keep your picks? Why don't you be the team to try and stockpile picks and get more and fill out this roster? You just drafted a young quarterback and you really don't have a whole lot to support him with right now on that team. So the fact that team is going to be bad again next year for that very reason, and the Cardinals have their first rounder, and then the Cardinals aren't going to be good. I mean, what we could live in a world next year where the Cardinals have 2 top 10, top 5 picks even.
Yeah.
And that would be an insane thing to turn around from getting a guy in Paris Johnson, who a lot of people think the Cardinals just wanted anyway.
Have you been paying attention to some of these guys? They've been popping down on the draft here in the last hour or two. Have you?
Yeah, I've been keeping an eye out for some of them.
I'm getting jealous. I'm getting jealous of some of these guys that are going to other teams. You know, it's just like there's some really good talent that's just popping up across the board there. The Bears just made their pick is in. I'm curious about them because we've talked about it during the season, telling everybody, hey, calm down, Bears fans, calm down, Bears haters. They have so many picks this year. So that team is going to get some help in all the positions that they need. Well, as long as Poles does his job well. And so far in the first round, would you say they started doing a good job with picking Darnell Wright out of Tennessee? I think that's a pretty good pick for the O-line.
That is a pretty good pick. They need to get better at the offensive line to protect Justin Fields. And they went out and got a guy who is one of the premier tackles in this draft.
But it was also an easier pick in an early round. Now here they are at 53. The pick is in, and this is when you're going to start to see what they're made of. Whatever they pick here, what do you think they need here? The Chicago Bears.
I mean, I would like to see them get a weapon for Justin Fields. Go out and get a receiver, somebody who can be.
You said a lot of these receivers are really short, so I'd say give me another O lineman for Justin Fields.
But I don't have a problem with short receivers. I just wouldn't take a really short receiver unless they were absolutely very productive in college in the first round. In the second round, I got no problem taking shorter guys. This is about where you'd want to take those guys.
It's almost best at this point to just walk away from the draft and pay no attention to it, and then come back on Monday and just read, okay, so this is what these boneheads did, or look at these geniuses over here. Because seriously, at this point, sitting here trying to figure out what is what, and was that a good thing that just happened? Wasn't it a good thing that just happened? Until you've got the whole picture, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, but I do want to know what the Bears do.
I think unless you're a diehard college guy, like I know I am, I know Keon is, you know a lot of these guys, so it's kind of cool to watch it and see where they go. I'm still waiting to see the quarterback from Tennessee, where he goes. We haven't heard his name yet.
Hey, by the way, you got a running back out of UCLA, Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah, he's actually very good.
I like him. I thought that was a really good pick.
Yeah, Seattle's killing it.
Yeah,
Bears got Gervon Dexter Sr., a defensive lineman out of Florida.
Yep. And SEC defensive guy. And I think that this is one of those drafts where I'm noticing a lot of teams really like the defensive linemen in this draft, especially those guys in the middle, those 300-pounders that are going to go and try and attract double teams. Those aren't the guys that you want to have the big time sack numbers, but they are going to get enough attention from the offensive line that hopefully the edge rushers that you put out on the ends, those guys are going to be able to go and make big plays. And I think that is one step closer to that with this Bears defense. With him, I like the pick.
I've seen a lot of edge guys too. I mean, a lot of edge guys.
Yeah, like this is a defensive. Yeah. This is a line draft. It's offensive line, defensive line. There's been a lot of those guys.
9857 texted in, cover the draft, not excerpts about who hits on who. Huh? Are you listening to this show or a podcast? What are you talking about?
Talking about the cashier.
I think we're talking about Lost.
Oh, right. Well, we're not here to do your bidding. We're just doing this silly show that we do all the time. If you're actually looking for serious coverage, you are in the wrong place. Beer Nuts says, touche, Keon. I don't know what about, but touche. Vala51 says, the only thing I would call Tiger Paws is beautiful. Hello, nurse. Oh, wow. Vala51 hitting on Tiger Paws.
Throwing down the moves.
Wow. And against the spread says, what is this talk of ramen? That isn't the bet I offered. I only want high quality cuisine for my students. You're trying to give them chicken McNuggets from McDonald's. Seriously. Only Ralph said it's a no lose bet. You guys are worried the Suns might sweep. So admit the Suns are different now with Durant and a new owner. And
I am not worried the Suns might sweep. I am saying in a risk averse situation, if someone gets injured for Denver, then the Suns might actually sweep. And I am not going to put myself in a position where I don't have the money to feed a group of school children, man. What are you doing, man?
I still like
the spread.
As if you would actually chip in.
I think it is weird that you think I wouldn't if I participated in a bet.
I appreciate that about you. You would at least offer. Previous co-hosts would just sort of sit there and watch the check get old on the table, if you know what I mean.
If I don't think I can do it, I don't make the bet. That's just how I do it.
Good man. Good man. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we got more texts on the text line. Lost Toby showed me what his sunglasses look like, not bedazzled, just so you know. And we got the we've got the on this date in big Georgia sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Today on Hey Culligan Smart Home, Smarter Water Softener. Here's Kevin.
Hey Culligan, can a smart water softener lift those heavy salt bags for me?
Kevin, it can.
Wait, it can?
Yep, the smart high-efficiency water softener from Culligan can alert your dealer when the salt needs to be replaced, and they'll do it for you, so your water stays soft and you stay away from lifting the bags.
I mean, I could lift them if I wanted.
No judgment here, Kevin. We're happy to do it, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in. Wanted to look my best. Getting the new passport photo taken at Staples. In and out in 10 minutes. And while I'm there, I can grab travel-size body wash. Maybe a shower cap. Don't want to mess up the new do.
Staples has everything you need to travel. 10-minute passport photos, luggage, headphones, even personal travel items. And now at Staples, get 20% off your in-store purchase when you buy any travel service. Get all set to jet and save at Staples. Offer ends 4/29. In-store only. Exclusions apply.
Seems like everything is going electric these days. Electric cars, electric trucks. But what you save on gas, you pay for with that electric bill. With all these things being plugged into your house, wouldn't it be nice to save up to 85% on your monthly electric bill? Well, you can do that with zero down and no payments for 12 months. Call Harmon Solar. Harmon Solar is a family-owned, woman-owned local company that uses top-of-the-line equipment. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189. That's 800-281-3189. Or go to harmonsolar.com.
Remember when you could go to the doctor and actually leave feeling better? Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Katz. The problem with our healthcare system is the focus on the system and not on your healthcare. At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our doctors are experts in full spectrum healthcare using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men and women's health. We help people find relief when other doctors have failed. Our naturopathic doctors can restore your pain-free life using cutting-edge regenerative treatments. We can also help restore balance to your immune, digestive, and hormonal systems. Addressing your cause can also improve both mental and emotional stability. If traditional medicines aren't working for you, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call us. We're the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, Arizona at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161 or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
This is Joan, enjoying some me time up on the rim. This is Simon and his friends paddling the Salt River. And this is Brad. Brad is, well, no one knows where Brad is. What they all have in common is that they went to azmbdnow.gov to quickly and easily renew their registration or 30 other services. So go to azmbdnow.gov and get more time to enjoy all the things you love.
Sponsored by ADOT in partnership with the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere at 1580thefanatic.com. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. It's so funny, 9857. Cover the draft, not excerpts about who hits on who. That just makes me want to talk more stuff that has nothing to do with the draft. And let me give you a little science real fast. Can I give you a little science real fast? I learned this today, and it's amazing. I don't think this was on purpose, but the fact it exists just really makes me happy. All right, let me help you guys out. Sodium citrate. That is the chemical that makes nacho cheese smooth. I don't know if you know that or not. Okay. You're like, how is nacho cheese so smooth and nice? Well, here's the other thing about it. The sodium citrate is made out of 4 elements. I don't know if you're up on the periodic elements, but sodium, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Chemical symbols spell out NaCHO. It spells out nacho.
No way.
Sodium citrate with the 4 elements, I bleep you not, spells out nacho. Right
Come
here.
on.
That is pretty impressive.
So, man, is that intentional? What's going on here?
It is not intentional.
you
It's
can't do it
accidental, but
intentionally.
beautiful. You know, at one point you're like, maybe I'm an atheist. And other times, maybe there is a higher power. Because that is just can't be coincidence.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway. So, I hope that annoyed the person who was mad we weren't, talking solely about the draft. Because my throat is very jacked up right now, I'm going to do this right here, right now, so I don't have to worry about it later. Are we ready for this? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now for On This Date in Big George's Sports History. Back in the year 1965, with the Houston fans cheering their pregame ascent, New York Mets radio announcer Lindsey Nelson and a radio engineer climbed into the Astrodome's gondola and were hoisted 208 feet above second base to broadcast the game. The umpiring crew determined if any ball hit the pair, it would be playable, an existing ground rule that called a ball striking any part of the dome in play. Back to me. I guess they only did that once. And from what I understand, George didn't say, I don't think any balls hit him. But why would you want to call a game from 208 feet in the air?
I do not have the answer to that question. I wish I knew. Because it seems like the worst place to call a game. Would you want to be closer to it? Yeah. I couldn't answer that question because why would you?
I just feel it was just probably just a dumb stunt for them to do something. I broadcasted from some weird places, but I don't think I want to go 208 feet above.
Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, my buddy went to a school in South Dakota that was K through 8, had a total enrollment of 45. You just got to pick the right school to feed Keon. 125 is not a bunch of people, but what he's asking for turns into a huge inequity between 125 kids getting 4 chicken nuggets and us getting a pizza. A pizza. Yeah. He didn't say a couple of pizzas. He said a pizza. Against the Spread says, you forgot to read the rest of the text. I offered the same bet, but with way better odds for you guys. Here's my offer. If Suns do not sweep the Nuggets, I bring a pizza for you guys in studio. If the Suns do sweep the Nuggets, you guys let me on the air like Raven Kid. So there's no Nuggets involved. We don't. Okay, I'll take that bet. We will take that bet.
And I don't even have a say in this one. So
Yeah, this is airtime. Okay, against the spread, and I've met against the spread. This dude's cool. He's not a guy I would not mind. I don't mind having him on a microphone somewhere. We'll get lots of good.
It's a shame
betting
he's not coming
advice.
in.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
coming in.
well, we'll enjoy the pizza.
Yeah, because that's all you're getting out of this.
Against the spread thinks he's going to bring the pizza and get to be on the air that day.
Yeah, I doubt it.
That's not how it works. Not in this bet. Raven Kid says everyone's so thirsty to be like I was yesterday. LOL. Unintelligible and mumbly. Sure.
Say wrong.
Nah, Raven Kid did a good job. Raven Kid, you did actually add quite a bit to the broadcast, so we do appreciate you being on and stuff. And now you're paid in full. Leave me alone. Bruno Baller says 3 basic food groups. Okay, steak, nachos, booze. Bam, 3 basic food. There ain't no pyramid. It's just those 3 things, according to Bruno Baller.
Steak, nachos.
I wouldn't want to dip
beer.
Would you dip leftover steak in nacho sauce?
I would.
Yeah,
I might.
Yeah,
not a day one.
No, because it's a waste of a day one steak.
But if it's a really good steak, day 2 I still wouldn't. But if it was just kind of like, all right, it's pretty good, I might do that. All right, so we've got only a few minutes left, and I'm just about out of voice. I think I've been out of voice for 2 hours now, to be honest. I don't think I started the show with voice.
I was going to say it was about 3:05.
The Bears, with their third pick, took Tyreek Stevenson, cornerback out of Miami. So far, what do you think there, Keon? What do you think? Bears doing it right? I feel like they are.
Yeah, I think that they're basically going, okay, here's our positions of need, which, to be fair to them, it's a lot of the team. But they're really making a lot of sensible picks. They're getting guys that are not necessarily outside of Darnell Wright, high ceiling guys, but guys who are going to be NFL starters, which I think when you start picking in the second and third round, you don't know who's going to be a superstar or who's not going to be a superstar, but you can make sure you get guys who will be starting for you in 3 years.
I hate to bring this up, but was it true? I thought that was just somebody saying something. Did Antonio Brown really get picked up by the Ravens?
Antonio Brown said Antonio Brown got picked up by the Ravens.
All right, so there's been no confirmation by grown-ups yet.
Yeah, and not by grown-ups, and specifically no grown-ups that work for the Ravens.
All right, so yeah, Baker's cocky hens. So you might want to just sort of pump your brakes on that. But he says it's the best part of Friday if it happened.
I mean, Antonio Brown did post a very well photoshopped picture of him in a Ravens uniform, like this is happening.
It doesn't mean it works,
but
kid.
It only came from Antonio Brown's Instagram. It didn't come from anywhere else. So I don't think it's happening.
Boomer Sooner says, hey, Jeffco, Boomer Sooner, or later, take next week off. I'll come in the studio, substitute for you, be a great education for the Valley sports people. Yeah, about nothing but Ohio.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. It's not the way it works, Boomer Sooner. It's not the way it works. And the answer is no. My voice should be back to normal by Monday.
Yeah, because what we're going to have is 3 hours of Oklahoma Sooner softball talk. And look,
the pickleball team at Oklahoma is amazing.
It's a great team, but we live in Arizona and nobody cares.
3 hours of tornadoes and meth.
You are absolutely 100% correct. You know what? I am going to give a little bit of the love to Nebraska, though. Holy crap. The NCAA volleyball attendance records just got shattered. $82,000 tickets. I'm sorry, 82,000 tickets have been already bought to an outdoor volleyball day doubleheader.
Wow.
These girls must be hot. I'm assuming it's like a girls like sand volleyball where they hardly wear anything, because why else would 90,000 people show up for this? I'm trying to see here. Is it it's outdoors? Is it sand or is it regular? If
it's outdoors, it's that's usually the sand, because everything else is in a gym.
Yeah, I don't see where it says sand though. But 82,900 tickets were claimed. And they're for volleyball.
There's nothing else to do there.
Yeah, but still. I mean,
Yeah, so you can see a bunch of young girls with barely anything on, or you can sit at home and watch TV.
This may be just the girls who just play it on like the hard surface. I don't know. Keon, do you have information on this?
Yeah, I'm actually still trying to.
I'm not trying to be misogynistic, but
no,
I'm just being honest. Nobody is showing up to watch a bunch of girls in shorts and t-shirts play this game. I just can't see it. I don't care how high they're ranked.
Like, except that actually it is the.
Well, you know what? Good for you, America.
It is the indoor volleyball. It's just they're playing it in the football stadium. So they got the hardwood on the football stadium.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Listen, that's 82,000 more tickets than ASU volleyball is getting. So that's amazing. I'm stunned. Hefty Lefty says safe search needs to be on when looking at Antonio Brown picture posts. That is all.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Boomer Sooner says, oh, come on, guys. Get rid of that stereotype. Well, Boomer Sooner, I apologize. So now, anytime Nebraska female sports do anything, I promise to talk about them exclusively and not Oklahoma. Heavy Metal Maniac says, Zero, Madishly is simple best. Okay. I don't have time to figure out what you said, Heavy Metal Maniacs, but we love you, man. And the rest of you, we'll see you on Monday, 3 p.m. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
This is your captain. You may have noticed my new haircut on your way in.